in 1950, that's her own business. The hotel doesn't need to go around spreading this story about her fucking up and blowing up the hotel. That seems a little bit petty, doesn't it? The interesting thing about the housekeeper ghost is that it's said that most of what she does to haunt the hotel is folding people's clothes and making their beds while they're not in the room. Which, sure, it is pretty difficult to prove a ghost did that because that's what happens at every hotel when you leave the room, because that's what housekeepers do. But what would you rather her ghost powers be? Blowing up your room? Fucking up and just exploding the hotel? That wouldn't be a very fun ghost, would it? Yeah, this room is actually haunted by a creeper from Minecraft. If you hear hissing behind you, run. I'll be honest, at this point, I'm kind of worried I'm not even gonna get kissed by this cowboy ghost. And it's not just that. I also looked into the story about The Shining, and do you want to know what happened? What inspired this hotel's biggest claim to fame? On a cold winter night in the 1970s, Stephen King stayed in room 217 at the Stanley Hotel. It was the end of the tourist season at the hotel, so it was very empty. And while Stephen was sleeping, he had a nightmare that his son was being chased by a hose. And it was so scary that he wrote a whole ass book about it. That's right. As far as anyone knows, and as far as Stephen King has ever said, Stephen King saw 0 ghosts at the Stanley Hotel. 0 ghosts. You can book the room Stephen King stayed in, and it is booked for every Halloween for 7 years, because the hotel's booking system only goes 7 years into the future. And he never saw a ghost. Okay, but to be fair, just because Stephen King didn't see a ghost at the Stanley Hotel doesn't mean that there's nothing weird going on here, as I would find out when we got to talking to 2 tour guides at the hotel.
This is the 3rd, possibly the 4th haunted building I've worked at. This is definitely the most haunted place I've worked in town.
I think that there are far too many, far too close enough to sane people at the Stanley who have a ghost story.
When I started working here, I was thought, you know, maybe I'll see a ghost, hear some weird noise, you know, maybe once, twice a year. Some nights it's an every night thing.
And we also got to go on a tour of all the most haunted spots in the hotel after hours, where we found out a lot of juicy details about this hotel. For one, there are a ton of pictures of ghosts that people have taken at the Stanley Hotel. And on this tour, they showed us a lot of them. And while some of them just look like it could have been like a camera glitch or like a blurry low light photo where you can't really tell what's going on, when it's 1 a.m. and you're in the underground cave tunnels underneath a haunted hotel with 2 strangers you've never met, and one of them shows you a picture of a ghost girl hiding behind the carriage that you're standing right next to, scary. The scariest ghost they told us about was a ghost named Dennis. They don't actually know the ghost's name, but they call him that because he's a menace. And I wish I had a video of some of the pictures they showed us, but Dennis looks creepy as hell. In every picture, he's just a shadowy figure with glowing eyes. In one of the pictures, he was posing in the background like this. And they told us a story about how one of the staff members saw Dennis in like the staff quarters, and Dennis started chasing him, and all the doors were locked, so he had to run upstairs and jump out a window to get away from Dennis. Do you have any idea how badly I didn't want to wake up in my hotel room that night and see Dennis staring at me? I was at a solid 5 or 6 on my little spook meter. But that all went down to a negative 5 or 6 when they started telling us a story about when Zach Baggins was there filming for Ghost Adventures. A big part of the Ghost Adventures episode at the Stanley was the carriage house, because that's where the hotel stores all of the mattresses that people have died on.
There's objects in here where some actual death happened, where the bodies were discovered on these beds.
So they spent like a ton of time in the episode trying to contact the spirits of people who have died on these mattresses. Can you guess what the tour guides told us? Yeah, none of that's true. Yeah, the hotel doesn't store mattresses that people died on like they're saving them for something. Save it? What would they be saving them for?
That's so funny. We're an operating hotel, and believe it or not, we switch out mattresses every once in a while.
Yeah. So Zach Baggins and his crew apparently just showed up and like looked through the window of the carriage house, saw mattresses, and were like, hey, let's go make some stuff up in there. The most interesting thing I took from the tour is that even though the tour guides know all of the spookiest things that have happened in the hotel, some of them don't 100% believe in ghosts. We were walking with one of the tour guides after he had showed us, I don't know, some of the most insane pictures of ghosts I've ever seen. And Jake asked him like, so when did you start believing in ghosts? And he was like, oh, I don't know if I believe in that stuff. Huh? So wait, what was all that about Dennis then? You get to just tell me about Dennis and make me scared and then not believe in him yourself? How is that fair? Don't get me wrong though, a lot of the staff actually do believe in ghosts, so much so that some even claim to have personal relationships with the ghosts they interact with most often.
Last summer, 2021, Paul, our former caretaker of the concert hall, gave me a birthday present. It was a little 20-cent Euro piece, French issue. Left it on the front seat of my car 2 days after my birthday. I asked my husband, I asked my coworkers, I asked whoever, and then in a Ouija board session 3 weeks later, Paul claims it, and I carry it with me as a good luck token.
I'm a very naturally skeptical person, so when I hear stories like this, my brain immediately jumps to like, let's think of all the reasons why this might not be true. So rest assured that's all I've been doing since I got back from the hotel. But like, you know, I have a hard time calling people liars and saying that their like first-hand personal accounts aren't true. What I do know though is that while we were getting this tour, there were at least 1 or 2 other tour guides that were following us and trying to prank us the entire time by tapping on the windows of the rooms we were in with sticks.
Because I remember one day it was like completely drained.
Who's there? I guess that's just kind of like a fun little thing they do there. A fun little hazing designed to, I don't know, make me poop, shit my pants. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of hazing, except for when there is. So I am kind of curious how many of the paranormal experiences the staff have had at this place that were just pranks that they never found out were pranks. With me to the Stanley Hotel, I brought pretty much every ghost hunting device I could get my grubby little hands on. So let's turn off the lights in this hotel room and get to work. I'll have this EMF running the whole time. An EMF measures electromagnetic frequencies, which are usually emitted by man-made sources like electrical wiring or ghosts. Is there anyone here right now? Okay, it's still at 0. Another popular ghost hunting tool is a tiny twist-on flashlight like this. Because some ghosts might not be super powerful and might not be able to move really heavy objects, if you twist one of these flashlights right to the point where it's about to turn off, it makes it a lot easier for a ghost to communicate by flickering the light. I gave any potential ghosts a little demonstration on how to twist the light, and I was about to start trying to communicate when the unthinkable happened. So if there's anyone here, let's maybe make... Oh, okay. Yeah, it was just a moth that flew in front of the camera light and Jake tried to swat at it. So the light flickered for a second. Don't let my nervous little smile and laugh fool you. I actually was scared right here. I guess having the only light in the room is kind of a, oh shit, you got it.
I got it.
Holy mackerel.
Fuck that guy.
Yet another ghost in the room tonight. Next up, the spirit box. A spirit box is basically just a little radio that rapidly cycles through radio stations. And ghosts can apparently use those radio stations to communicate with us. Okay, now I would like to ask again, is there anybody in this room aside from me and Jake? Okay, we got a little something. I don't know what it said. It kind of sounded like, oh, you can do it. Very encouraging ghost. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Is there anybody that is maybe... Okay. That actually sounded... I said, is there anybody? And it kind of sounded like it might have said, there is somebody. I'll let you guys listen to it a couple times. Let me know what you think. That is maybe. Full disclosure, I actually am pretty weirded out by this. This is a pretty strange occurrence. It does sound a lot like there's somebody. And so I will give 1 point to the ghost for that one. That was pretty good, buddy. If you're a ghost, make no noise happen. Like, make it so no words are said. I also have a thermal camera to look for cold spots, which could be ghosts. Wait, what the fuck? I just turned it on and there's literally a cold spot right here. Actually, it feels wet. Oh, should I smell it? Okay, it kind of smells like it might be like a cleaner or something, I think, but it definitely is wet. Hey, Danny, it's future Danny here. Could you stop touching that? It's definitely pee. There was a small wet spot, and then a little trail, and then a big wet spot, like somebody started to have an accident, managed to control it for a second, and then hobbled 2 feet, and then just let it all out. Which leads to the scariest question of them all. Why did I put my face in that? Why was my first instinct when confronted with a wet spot in a hotel room to get my nose and lips as close to that baby as I could? I'm at home. It's been a week since I was at this hotel, and my spook meter is at a 10 out of 10. I think I was possessed by a piss goblin. Luckily, in the rest of the room, we didn't find any more piss. We also didn't find any ghosts, but at that point, I was more worried about the piss thing. Now, full disclosure, I've never 100% liked the way that paranormal investigators go about looking for spirits. Everybody goes in and sits on the floor and is like, who's there? Can anyone say your name?
Who are you? What's your name? Did you pass away in one of those beds?
I think it's a little bit condescending. So I think if we're gonna find anything in this room, we're gonna have to get a little bit more drastic. Howdy, y'all. If there be any rootin' tootin' cowboys that like a good time, why don't you go ahead and flicker the flashlight? Is there any ghosts around me? All right, well, I guess if you don't want to come out, I'm gonna have to keep all this gold myself. But the only thing coming from my vial of gold was a puddle of gold. So I guess my method of ghost hunting was a giant waste of time. And sure, I did get this sick picture out of it, but unless I ever make a half country, half hyperpop album and I need cover art, it's pretty much useless. Okay, I am currently laying in bed in the dark in this hotel room. This is the first time I've been alone with all the lights off in this room. First off, let's do a bed review, dude. This bed, very squishy, a lot squishier than I thought. So should be a pretty cozy night if I can get to sleep. That being said, I'm not gonna lie, I am scared. It's honestly very frustrating to be scared right now. I think in an attempt to avoid sitting in complete silence, I just started saying anything that was on my mind, which resulted in me performing what reads like some sort of paranoid ghost-themed stand-up set. Why are people only scared of ghosts when it's dark? The fact that ghosts would only come out when it's dark, implies that ghosts only exist to scare living people? I don't subscribe to that. Why would that be? All right. Yeah, man. Sick. Whatever makes you feel less scared, dude. Ghosts don't just come out in the dark. They also come out in the daytime. So you should be scared right now, but you should also have been scared all day. Very clever. Definitely having all of the pictures that they showed us on the tour, replaying in my mind is not gonna help, so I really ought to stop doing that before I really try to get into it. So if my brain could just stop with that, and then we could proceed with the rest of the experience, that'd be great. As I laid there, I could almost feel my brain wanting to play tricks on me. I was so hyper aware of every shadow in the room, every sound that I heard, every feeling in my body, and it took me a solid 30 minutes to calm myself down enough to try to go to sleep. All right, well, I'm just gonna try to go to bed. Good night. I did it, baby. That's right. I slept in a haunted room in the most haunted hotel for 5 hours. And I slept like a rock, dude. There could have been a haberdasher twerking on my bed all night, and I would not have woken up. Luckily, it does look like nothing paranormal happened that night, because I would have been pretty pissed if I missed that. So, look, I can't tell you if there for sure are or aren't ghosts in the Stanley Hotel, but what I can tell you is that you're definitely not guaranteed a paranormal experience. What I can bet, though, is that it's still probably gonna be pretty scary. Even if you don't believe— Do I think Logan Paul is an alien? Maybe. Oh, what am I gonna do? Everybody's starting to realize that my last video was all fake. This is so fake. You are fake AF. Oh my god, so fake. Fake. That's freaking fake. Fuck you.
I got kind of scared in the start.
My career is over. How could I possibly have thought that I would be able to pass off such a ridiculous video as true? Logan Paul, an alien? Newsflash, Danny, you're an idiot. I'll never make it on YouTube now. Everyone thinks I'm a fraud, a con artist. I have to show everyone that I can be truthful. From now on, I'm sticking to the truth. What's up, Greg? What's going on? It's me, Danny, back with another episode of totally not lying and making videos that are real. Guys, I just want to apologize for the last video, okay? I don't know what I was thinking. Trying to make a whole video, a whole fake documentary about Logan Paul being an alien. I feel like an idiot. Everybody realized that the whole thing's fake, but rest assured, Greg, it will not happen again. All right, we're going straight facts just for you. So I just heard about this video that Jake Paul posted like 4 days ago. That's the title of the vlog is A Conversation with My Ex-Girlfriend, but the majority of the video is apparently Jake Paul just going off on Rice Gum. If you don't know who Rice Gum is, it's this guy. He makes videos of like roasting people. He does diss tracks. He vlogs sometimes, I think. But anyway, apparently him and Jake Paul have some kind of beef. We all know who Jake Paul is, obviously. He's a hunk, or wait, no, he's a vlogger. I just want to watch this video because I've heard that it's insane, but it's just Jake Paul like going off on Rice Gum or something.
So, guys, time to get a little bit serious, to get a little bit juicy.
Ooh, juicy. I'm excited. What do we got? What's gonna be juicy? What is this?
So I get home from Los Angeles, and I'm doing my thing, whatever, and someone asked me. They asked me if I have seen Brian Lee's new video. And if you guys don't know who Brian Lee is, a lot of you guys know him by his alias name of Rice Gum. His name is Brian, and that's how I'm going to address him. They were like, yo, have you seen Brian's new video?
It's kind of weird. He's just gonna call him Brian instead of Rice Gum? I've never heard anyone call him Brian before. That's weird.
And they tell me that it's a video about them reacting to our new Team 10 house.
Any house with an elevator just makes the house automatically cool. The thing is though, their house is only 2 floors, right? And like, take the stairs. Our house has 8 floors, so sometimes going up and down, it's like kind of hard, so we need an elevator.
Okay, so apparently Rice Gum is making fun of Jake Paul for having an elevator in a 2-story house. Is this just gonna be like rich people beef? Is this what YouTube is now? It's just like millionaires beefing with each other? Your house only has 2 floors? Why do you need an elevator then? My house has 8 floors.
And that's totally fine. But then they proceeded to tell me that within the video, he was making fun of suicide, of people committing suicide.
And then a rope hanging down with like the swirly thing and then like a chair underneath, just right around there somewhere.
Oh, whoa, okay. That actually is pretty fucked up.
And then he was making fun of Nick Crompton and Tessa Brooks and body shaming them and calling them fat.
Okay, that was pretty mean too. Okay, so I'm kind of on Jake's side here actually. Rice Gum seems like he's kind of being a dick.
Everyone has seen recently that Brian is a terrible, terrible person. He is a scumbag. His mom, iDubbbz, made a video about him.
His mom, iDubbbz? What? His mom?
Dude, you are a terrible, terrible, terrible human being. And you guys know me, I never respond to the hate. Like, I have more than enough hate to respond to, and I never respond to it because that's not the way to handle things. People shouldn't be like beefing over the internet and like going back and forth and back and forth.
People shouldn't be beefing back and forth over the internet? Wait a minute.
The Low Gang is shit. You don't fuck with the Low Gang.
Are you sure?
You are a piece of and Brian Lee supporters, there is more to the world than dragging people down and being negative. That won't get you anywhere. And he does not stop. He continues to do this on a case-by-case basis. There is more to the world, and it's not too late to literally join a positive YouTuber and change your mindset on life. Positivity makes the world better. That's what I preach.
Why do I feel like Jake Paul's trying to like sell me a self-help book right now? He's giving off that vibe, right? He's like trying to change my life and shit. Dude, don't try to change my life. Don't try to turn my life around. Dude, sometimes I just wish people like this would just shut up and just let my life spiral down into darkness. Like, please, don't try to change my life. Dude, I'm perfectly happy living in misery.
On a day-to-day basis, I'm not saying become a subscriber to me, although we are the strongest flipping team on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button.
No, you are not the strongest army on YouTube. Greg is, okay? I'm sorry, I was sort of on your side for a while, but that is not true. Don't you ever disrespect Greg like that again. I can't believe it. He's out here preaching positivity and then he goes and disrespects the name of Greg.
I know a ton of Jake Paulers. I hate to be showing this side of me and I hate to be responding to stuff like this, but Jake Paulers, we need to stand up against this. All of us are positive. We smile.
We smile. That's us. Jake Paulers. We smile. Nobody else does. No one else smiles. Jake Paulers do. We invented it, actually. Ever seen this before? It was invented by Jake Paul. Jake Paulers. We smile.
We work hard every single day. We create our own original content.
We create our own original content. We create our own original content.
And Jake Paulers, I apologize ahead of time because I never respond to hate. Because Brian is my son. I am his daddy and iDubbbz is his mom.
Whoa, what the fuck? What? I am his daddy and iDubbbz is his mom? This just got weird. Is this becoming a porn? I am your daddy and iDubbbz is your mommy and you're gonna listen to us.
I am beating this dead horse into the grave because this kid needs to be stopped.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that was a pretty solid reference right there. This kid needs to be stopped. That's like Rice Gum's thing. It's like the series of videos that he makes where he makes fun of kids, I guess. He is kind of an asshole.
Unless he wants to make a change. I'm all for people making mistakes and becoming a better person. Nobody is perfect, but this kid has not changed.
Dude, this isn't even like fun beef. I'm all for watching people on the internet get in fights. I think it's hilarious. This is just Jake Paul yelling at his camera alone in his room. I feel like I shouldn't be watching this. This feels like watching like a couple at the mall get into an argument. It's just like, I feel like should I look away? I don't feel like I should be seeing this. This is kind of sad. He's getting really worked up. I feel like this was all just so pent up and he didn't have any plan. He didn't like write anything down before he started talking and now he's just like exploding with anger. I'm a little bit cringing. Am I giving off that vibe? Cringing a bit.
So Brian, you can hate on me all you want. Talk about my house, whatever you want to say. But in your video, you started comparing us. You started saying that, oh, our house is this, your house is that. Don't ever compare me to your sorry ass. I bought this house with my own damn money. You're paying rent for one room within that house. You don't even have enough money to buy a house in California.
Holy shit, the flexing has begun. God damn. I love how quickly that went from like, you shouldn't bully others, it is wrong, to like, I have more money than you.
But going back to my point earlier, that wasn't the Team 10 house because you can't do anything there besides make content in your room.
He's getting so aggressive and he started swearing and he's still using a dolphin sound to bleep out his swears. If that's not art, I don't know what is.
My backyard has a backyard. And once again, you're renting it. You made a video about your AdSense earnings. Let's check it out.
So last month I made a roughly $60,000 for 1 month.
Wow, you made $60,000 in a month, Brian? If I make $60,000 in one day, I come here to my bed and I cry myself to sleep as a failure. $60,000 for me is a bad day. And I know your merch sales aren't
Yeah, me too, dude. $60,000 in a day? I'd be tripping, man. Peasant alert. Beep!
But if you are wearing his merch, that means you support all of this negativity and all that bad stuff, which makes you not cool in my books.
Not cool in Jake Paul's book? No! I'm not cool in Jake Paul's book? Ugh. I wonder what Jake Paul's book looks like. Is it like a novel? Alright, everyone, gather around for a reading from Jake Paul's book. It's a picture book, because of course it is. Jake Paul took a deep breath and called Rice Gum a fool and said, "In my book, Rice Gum, you are not cool. For my book is for winners, smilers, and friends. England is my city, so come join Team 10. Amen."
Furthermore, my page has 3 billion views. I've been doing this for 1 year. You've been a YouTuber for since I can remember.
Holy shit, dude, he's like shaking. He's got so worked up that he's shaking. Jake, dude, why don't you just dab on this guy? Like you do to all your other haters. What happened to that? What happened to dab on the haters, man? You don't have to get so worked up. You're having an aneurysm on camera. Just dab on him, for God's sake. Or at least twist his nipples. At the very least.
Oh, but wait, hold on. If we add up all the videos that you've ever made about me, it equals 200 million of your views, which means 20% of your channel is because of me.
He's still shaking. Dude, I feel like something's wrong with Jake. Can someone check on him? He's snapped. He's done. Jake sounds like he really needs to relax. He should watch one of Tessa's vlogs.
Your biggest video is because of me. I am your dad.
Dude, I hate when people use this argument. Like when people are like, "You're using my name to get followers, dude. You would be nothing without me. My name's in all your videos, so you would be nothing without me." It's like, yeah, no shit. That's how you do it. That's how the YouTube algorithm works. You make videos about popular things, so more people see your videos. That's just how it works. You don't see fidget spinners and slime complaining, like, stop using my name in your videos to get more views. It's what's popular, so people make videos about it, dude. If you don't like that, you should stop making YouTube videos. People talk about things that are relevant. That's how everything works. You don't see, like, serial killers being like, the news is only popular because I murder people and they talk about it. The news would be nothing without me murdering people. It's like, dude, just stop murdering people.
Speaking of 20%, if you want to sign to Team 10 so you can become relevant again, I'll be glad. I know you want to join Team 10, except I'm taking 40% of your career because there's a lot of work to do. And while we're on the topic of Team 10, it's crazy how you guys want to copy us and create your little Clout Gang, when I have made everyone that is in Clout Gang. I am the owner of Clout Gang. I am the CEO of Clout Gang. I have given all the clout to Clout Gang.
Stop saying clout, please. My ears are bleeding. Stop saying clout. Fuck, that was too much clout.
And if you look at it, I think Clout Gang actually spells Logang, because why not throw Logan into the mix? Logan and I are your dads. We gave birth to you. No more I-dubs. It's Logan and I. Call us daddy from now on. Please, whenever you address me.
Call us daddy from now on? Dude, what? No. Stop, please. Why? Why is this what YouTube is now? Call me daddy?
Brian, you don't have a car while I'm out here in California riding around in cars that spit flames. All of the Lambos that you flex with are rented. And anybody else that is watching this besides Brian, guys, I'm not trying to brag. I don't need to brag.
You're not trying to brag? Dude, at least own up to the fact that you've been like flexing on us for the past 5 minutes. You just talked about your multi-million-dollar mansion, your cars that spit flames, $60,000 in a day. Remember that? Was that not bragging? If you're really not trying to brag, then you're doing a really bad job of whatever you think that you're actually doing.
We are in two completely different leagues. Brian is a YouTuber. I am an actor, a businessman, a CEO who happens to vlog my life on a day-to-day basis. I run a multi-million-dollar company. I'm a Disney Channel star.
You were a Disney Channel star, right? I believe that the correct conjugation is were, as in past tense of is.
And Brian, this is between you and I. We don't need to involve anybody else. So tell your friend Chantel to leave herself out of these reaction videos or whenever you talk about your dad like this.
We don't need to involve anybody else, which is why I'm posting it on my YouTube channel with 11 million followers, bitch.
But enough with the nonsense, and I'm sorry for wasting anybody's time that did not want to hear that. It is time to create some fire content. Let's flip and go, baby. Guys, look it. We finally have our first piece of furniture.
That's how you're gonna end it? That's how you're gonna end that whole rant where you screamed at your camera for 20 minutes. I'm richer than you, I'm more successful, so don't speak to me ever again. That was a lot to digest. That was a lot. Is this just what YouTube is now? It's not even like beef anymore. It's like, it's just exploding with rage. Guys, I feel like I started this video saying that I would stick to reality and stay real in all of the rest of my videos, but I don't think I want to be a part of this reality anymore. All right, guys. Well, that was a very heavy video, and to be honest, I really feel like I shouldn't have seen that. Guys, if you're not Greg yet, Greg is our family here on YouTube. Greg is our fan base. We're the strongest army on YouTube. We're the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Don't look that up. It's true. Don't look it up though. All the websites are broken. All right, shout out to Cora Anderson. Thank you for turning on my notifications, guys. Make sure you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time. Goodbye. What's up, Greg? It's me, Danny, and I'm back with another episode of Don't Do That. So the other day, I saw this tweet. It was retweeted onto my timeline. It was from some fire department in England, I believe. And it said something like, we just spent the whole day chiseling this dude's head out of his microwave because he cemented his head into a microwave. The fire department was like mad because they could have been, you know, putting out fires or saving kittens from trees, which are, to my knowledge, the two things that fire departments do. But instead they got stuck chiseling this dude's head out of a microwave because he had cemented his head inside it. Now you might be wondering, like most people would be, why? Why did he do that? And apparently, he's a YouTube prankster, and it was all for a big YouTube video. And it's now on YouTube. It's gone viral, obviously. And it's got 3.6 million views at the time I'm recording this. And it's called, I cemented my head in a microwave and emergency services came, and then in parentheses, Nearly died. So, yeah, I think this takes the cake for the worst thing just ever. But I wanted to watch it and react to it on here because I haven't actually watched the whole thing yet. I just sort of skimmed through it. So I actually want to watch it because I want to hear what his motivation is for doing this. I would like to know who he thinks he's pranking, because from what it seems like, he's pranking himself by almost killing himself. And also just what is wrong with him in general. I would just like to know, I think. So I'm gonna go through and watch this video, and let's see what we think. Also, before we start, if you want to get my merch, it's at dannygonzalez.shop. There's stuff like this, and there's also stuff that says Greg on it. Lincoln's in the description. What is this? Is this like an advent calendar of dares or something? I don't... What? Nearly die.
I would give you a good intro, but in this video, I nearly fucking died.
You know it's gonna be a good video when it starts off with a fucking banger and a title card like this. You know somebody's about to get punched in the face, or hit by a car, or stuck in a microwave.
Following footage isn't a joke, and I really wish this was clickbait. But as you guys know, nothing's clickbait on this channel. This is as serious as it can get on this channel.
Jeez, that was dramatic. That sound. Goddamn. Why is he acting all serious about it like this isn't the goofiest shit ever? Look, I know that this might seem like all fun and games, you know, how I cemented my head in a microwave, but this is very serious.
This is the day where I probably kill myself. Do not try this at home.
Okay, so this is before he's done the prank. And he's saying I'll probably, did he say I'll probably die doing this? So don't do it. You don't have to do it. Nobody's making you. Why do it then? Do something else. It's like, yeah, I might die doing this, but it was the only video idea I could come up with. There's just unlimited possibilities, but for some reason the only video that I could come up with was this one where I will almost certainly die.
So for this video, I literally need very few items. 1, I need a microwave. 2, I need polyfiller that goes rock solid. This stuff's used to plaster walls, yeah, in replacement of like concrete and plaster basically. I also need a breathing tube and a bucket to mix the polyfiller ingredients up into.
Okay, so he's got all the supplies laid out. And now he's got me wondering, why a microwave? Why did he pick a microwave? Why not just a cardboard box? It just seems just like a weird choice of containers. You could have gotten a large tub or a bucket. You already have a bucket there. Why not just fill that up with cement and stick your head in it? It just seems weird. Like, why a microwave?
Right, I'm gonna be burying my head in the microwave. I'm gonna be putting my head in there. I don't know what I'm doing. Ramel's going to be making the mass produce of this polyfiller in the bucket, and then afterwards they're going to be tipping all the polyfiller into the microwave until my head sets in there. This is going to be helping me breathe under there, so this will be coming out of the microwave from my mouth like this, so I can actually breathe under there. I also need to put a bag over my head. What am I doing? I've just realised what I'm doing.
So he's about to get started, and he's not explained why he's doing this. He's just like, I am doing this. He's not saying, I think this would be funny, or he hasn't said, I've always wondered what would happen if I stick my head in a microwave, or my friend dared me to do it. He's just like, so today I'm gonna stick my head in a microwave and pour cement in it. Just because it's like it's inevitable and there's no reason for it. He's like, so today we are doing this.
I'm so scared, my heart's beating because I've got claustrophobia really bad. This is the worst case scenario. This is worse than being buried alive.
What? He has claustrophobia? He's claustrophobic. Okay, dude, nobody's making you do this. I don't understand. The weirdest thing is that he's complaining about it like he has to do it. Dude, you haven't made any promises to anybody. You don't have to put your head in the microwave and pour cement in it. Why aren't his friends being like, oh, dude, you don't have to do it, it's fine. You're the only one that wants to do this. Like, you can back out at any time, go for it. It'd be like if I was all of a sudden like, I'm gonna make a video where I chop my leg off for no reason. Oh man, now that I think about it, I need my leg for all sorts of stuff, like walking and standing, but, oh damn. But I did just say to myself that I am going to do it, and I don't wanna lie to myself, so, Well, now I have to go buy a saw. I just picture that the dude holding the camera is also holding a gun in the other hand. Like, you're gonna fucking dip your head in this cement microwave or you're dead. And even if you do, you're dead.
I'm probably gonna have this much space to move my nostril, bro. I'm gonna be like this. Instead of...
How much do you move your nostrils in a regular day, really? Why is that the thing he's concerned about the most? It's not like, I'm not gonna be able to talk or open my mouth to breathe. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to flare my nostrils. In fact, no one will even be able to see my nostrils. How will anyone know what mood I'm in based off my nostrils?
That is thick. You know what that smells like? That smells like DJStore.com tomorrow night at 9 PM. Or if you're watching this on Friday, the 8th of December, the clothing's on sale tonight at 9 PM.
Get yours.
Yo, I'm gonna stop this video where I almost died for a second to plug my merch. If you want to support this channel where I almost die every single day, go ahead and cop my merch. That way, when I inevitably do die, I'll have a lot of money to leave to my family. And you will feel partly responsible for my death.
This bag is going to be going on my head, right? Just so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to breathe. This goes on my head like that. This tube gets poked through this hole just so I can breathe. The cement will hit all around my head. I can breathe perfectly fine through this. It's literally like a snorkel.
It's kind of interesting. His safety precaution is putting a plastic bag over his head. Like when you were a kid, your parents would be like, hey, don't put that plastic bag over your head, it'll kill you. But in this case, he's like, so for safety, I'm gonna put a plastic bag over my head. But he's got a tube coming out, so he should be safe.
Please do not try this yourself. Like, please don't try this.
Guys, as you can see, yeah, Jay's in there. I don't know how long, guys, but Jay's gonna be stuck there for about 2 hours. Oh my, bro, that's solid. That is solid. Oh my god.
Why is he surprised? Oh my god, dude, it's solid. Like, yeah, that's what cement does. It solidifies. That's isn't that the point of the prank?
Oh my god.
I gotta tell you, these DIY makeup tutorials are getting really weird. Like, what look is he even going for here? 1970s Star Wars robot?
What's up?
The air isn't going into water properly. Yeah, where's the Oh, at this point, I took my last breath that I physically could. That being because the front of my face was covered with like bricks and like solid plaster. I'm gonna die.
Jay, no, you're not, man.
Jay. Sit down.
No, don't pull it. Okay, right. Break it all in.
Oh my god.
Bro, get something to break this. I need to breathe through here.
His head's not coming out.
No, my head's stuck.
His head's not coming out. It's almost like we cemented it in there. Fuck. I know I'm joking about this a whole bunch, but my heart is actually like beating pretty fast. And I know that he lives, but for some reason this is really just like making my heart race. Stressing me out.
I really don't want to stab him, bro. I'm so scared.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying not to stab him.
Ah, dude, this is like a fucking Saw movie. Is this what YouTube is now? This is actually Saw the movie. YouTube is just Saw. Next, the Paul brothers are gonna be doing Human Centipede. Ugh.
Yeah, he's breathing. So he has a microwave stuck to his head. I know this sounds like a prank call, but he was trying to film a YouTube video. My friend was trying to do a stunt with a microwave where he basically put plaster inside the microwave and then stuck his head in there.
Imagine being the 911 operator when this call was made. You're just minding your day and you get a call and you're like, hello, where's the fire? And they're like, no. There's no fire. We cemented our friend's head into a microwave.
Fuck's sake.
Fire brigade spent the next hour and a half chiseling, hammering and cutting away a microwave from my skull.
Now my thoughts are, I don't know if you've got a Dremel or something like that.
The fire brigade shows up and they just chisel away the cement. I mean, I guess like what other solution could they come up with? But then like, why did they even need to call the fire department? They had chisels, they were already doing that. Why did they need to call 911? This dude is just like so pissed. You can tell he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my god. Oh my god, I love you guys, man.
All right, and that's the end. That's the end of the video. How is he gonna top this? That's what I want to see next. What is he gonna do to top this? Because you know he's going to, I mean, he's got what? He's got 3.1 million subscribers. Holy shit. So he's gonna do something next that's gonna, you know, up the ante. What is he gonna do? Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna be swallowing a cyanide pill. I'm definitely going to die. Today I'm gonna die on camera. Make sure you like and subscribe. Remember Friday by Rebecca Black? When that came out? And everyone was like, oh, she's bad at singing. This is the craziest thing we've ever seen. I miss Rebecca Black. Like, that was the controversy of YouTube in 2010 or whenever that came out. And now now this. And this didn't even get that much attention. Like, it got 3.5 million views, but like, people are done talking about it. It came out like 5 days ago, and it's already like out of the cycle. How has YouTube gotten like this? It's so bizarre. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you, Liza Feet Dottie, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. And I will see you guys next time with another awesome video. Make sure you like and subscribe to your parents. See you guys. What's up, Greg? I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of Desperately Trying to Relate to Children. I've been having a bit of an issue lately. I feel like more and more as I get older, it's just becoming harder and harder to relate and make content for the youth of today. I just feel like everything's moving too fast, you know? It's just like memes die so quickly. What kids think is cool and funny dies so quickly. I don't know how to keep up. Did you see that meme last week that was like, they did surgery on a grape? What was that? I still don't know what that was about. Aside from the fact that they just did surgery on a grape, but like, is that the whole thing? Where did that come from? I guess it was like a robot that did surgery on a grape. By the time I figured that out, nobody was tweeting it anymore. So I missed that whole thing. Luckily, I found something that I think can help me out a little bit. It's a bit of a new source of inspiration. It's this account called Students Life. They've got 24,000 followers. It's an account for students, by students, and I'm gonna use it to learn how to relate to kids. I mean, just look at their bio. Anyone can answer to a question in the class, but who writes an exam, he becomes a topper. So I don't know what that means, but maybe I'll figure it out if I look at some of their memes. So this account just posts like student memes. It's about the life of a student, the grind, if you will. Dealing with teachers, dealing with homework, dealing with girls, boys? Maybe. All the shit that students are talking about today is in this account. So let's just go through this account and let's just together learn about all the stuff that kids are up to these days. Teacher, why are you talking during my class? Student, why are you teaching during my conversation? Hell yes. Okay, that's one thing that hasn't changed since I was a student. Teachers fucking suck. Trying to teach me and shit. Get out of here. Not really sure why the picture is of a minion though. Are kids really into minions these days? Duly noted. Students love minions. Would you slap your best friend for this? Hell yeah I would. I'm a student, aren't I? Your friends will love you when you are there. This creature will love you even when you are not there. Hell yes, dude. This is what I'm talking about. This is student life. This is the life of a student right here. When I die, my dog is going to lay on my grave and cry. But I mean, that's just the life of a student. This account is so weird. They post literally 6 times a day. They've posted 6 times in the past 24 hours. Just straight student memes. They're not all fun and games though. Some of them have morals and are here to teach us students a lesson. Like this one. Respect your teachers. And here's a teacher who's like a candle and he's dripping wax into his students' heads. So basically he's like dripping his knowledge into their heads. I sort of get this one. Like, I understand the moral is that, you know, you should respect your teachers because they're giving you a very valuable resource. They're giving you knowledge. They've devoted their entire lives to sharing knowledge with the next generation. So it's important to respect your teachers. It's important to not tell them to fuck off when you're talking to your friend, like that first meme that we looked at. So it sort of contradicts that. But the whole metaphor of a candle dripping wax into the students' heads just like, it doesn't really hold up. Because knowledge isn't like a finite resource that somebody has. Like, you can't lose knowledge by giving it to somebody else. Otherwise, like when you have kids and you like teach them how to walk and talk, you would like forget how to do those things, right? Like at the end of the semester, is this teacher gonna be brain dead? He dripped all of his knowledge into everyone else's head and now he's just like in a coma or something. That takes this meme from like sweet and respectful to terrifying. It's like, hey, remember to respect your teachers because they've devoted their entire lives to learning this knowledge. And now they're transferring all that knowledge to you and withering away into the husk of a person they once were. So you better enjoy all that precious knowledge, because your teacher's dead because of you. This man is 31 years old and he wants to finish college. Salute to this guy. A salute to this brave 31-year-old man, taking steps to better himself, even past the prime of his life. It's a nice sentiment, it is. You know, you're never too old to go back to school, always keep learning. Well, first of all, this dude looks older than 31, and second off, I wanna know what they Googled to get this picture, because this picture is definitely from a porn, right? Like this jacked, muscular, bald dude and this teacher with her blouse buttoned down to here. So this whole thing must be made up, right? It seems like this would be like a clip from a news headline or like a little clipping out of a newspaper, like 31-year-old local goes back to college to get a degree and we're all proud of him. But like this whole thing is just made up because this is just a picture from a porn. I take back my salute. Ah, Jerry's house. Civil engineers should learn something from Jerry. Yeah, I think we can all learn something from Jerry, the cartoon mouse from Tom and Jerry. We should start digging holes in people's walls and living in them. I think we can all agree that would make the world a better place. That is one smart mouse. Honestly, we wouldn't even need to pay rent anymore. You can just walk into anybody's house, dig a little hole in their baseboard, cram your way in, and just make a little apartment in there. Live in their walls. Do you guys smell that? That's student life. Civil engineers could learn something from Jerry. If my classroom looked like this, I would never miss a class. Ooh wee! They got a whole classroom full of MacBooks from like 2004. If this is the life of a student, sign me up. If my classroom looked like this, I would never miss a class. I think I can speak for most kids when I say the only reason I don't go to class is because the classroom is not full of MacBooks. I failed so many classes in college because there weren't MacBooks in my classroom. I just didn't go. Here's another one with a pretty good moral. It's a conversation between a pencil and an eraser. I'm sorry. For what? You didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry you get hurt because of me. Whenever I made a mistake, you're always there to erase it. But as you make my mistakes vanish, you lose a part of yourself and get smaller and smaller each time. That's true, but I don't mind. You see, I was made to do this. I was made to help you whenever you do something wrong. I found this conversation between the pencil and the eraser very inspirational. Parents are like eraser, whereas their children are the pencil. They're always there for their children, cleaning up their mistakes. Sometimes along the way, they get hurt and become smaller, older, and eventually pass on. Damn. Just like teachers. What? But the kid's not responsible for the parents getting older or dying. They were gonna do that anyway. They should have just said like maybe kids make parents weaker at times, which I'm sure they do. But they're saying that like people deteriorating and getting older over time and eventually dying is like, yeah, it's their kids' fault. Nobody would die if they didn't have kids. People without kids live forever. The moral of the story is if you're such a shitty kid that your parents are literally withering away and dying, it's not your fault. They're supposed to do that. Though children will eventually find someone new, a spouse, parents are still happy with what they do for their children and will always hate seeing their precious ones worrying or sad. Yeah, I'll tell you guys what, I'm super glad I found my spouse after my parents died. Now I can suck the life out of her as well. But you know what? That's just the life of a student. Life is a constant battle to be replacing the people who you've drained all the life from. Don't feel bad if someone rejects or ignores you. People usually reject or ignore expensive things because they can't afford them. Huh. It's kind of a weird flex, but that's fine. Here's some student life shit, guys. That moment when you don't understand your own answers and you just stare at your piece of paper with a really nondescript expression on your face. What emotion is he supposed to be having right now? Like, the picture doesn't add anything to this meme because I can't tell what it's supposed to be implying. In fact, if anything, it makes it more confusing because now I'm just trying to figure out how he feels about his own answers. He's not frowning, he's not like making a disappointed face. Why did they even add this picture? Was it that hard to find someone frowning and staring at a piece of paper? Because he's not frowning. In fact, it almost looks like he's cracking a little bit of a smile. He's got kind of like a smirk going on. No matter how old I am, I'll always watch cartoons, as long as that cartoon is the Minions. I will only watch Minions because I am a student and students love Minions. If you remember this pencil, your childhood was awesome. That is the only determining factor in deciding whether your childhood was the shit or lame as fuck. Oh yeah, I remember this pencil all right, because my childhood was the shit, dude. I had one of these in the 4th grade, actually. Man, that was the same year as the accident. My whole family was just gone, like that. I'm the only one that survived. It's kind of funny, I've forgotten so many things between now and then, but I'll never forget the last thing they said to me. They all looked me right in the eye and said, "That's a dope fucking pencil." My childhood was awesome. Salute to all those girls who stay single just because for their parents' words. Another salute to the brave women of this country who don't date anybody because their parents said so. Girls who stay single are perhaps the greatest heroes of this country. What's up with this account and saluting people? Anybody that's doing anything that can even be considered remotely noble gets a salute from these guys. Is that a thing that students do these days? You just like salute anybody anytime they're doing something that you like? Yo, what's up, Colby? You going to the game tomorrow? Hell yeah, I am, Trent. I'll see you there. Yeah, we're students! This is the life of a student, baby! Okay, here's a good one to end with. The only day that everyone loves you. And then it's a picture of your grave. Jesus, that's fucking dark. And mean. It's trying to make this like societal claim like, oh, people only love you when you're gone. But it could also be taken as an insult. Like yeah, the only time anyone's ever gonna respect you is on the day that you're dead, bitch. But I mean, hey, that's just the life of a student. All right, guys, well, that's it for today's video. If you're new here and you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. If you want to get some of my new merch, whether it be the Truly Greg t-shirt, the Greg hoodie, the Team Greg jersey, the fastest growing army t-shirt, or a new edition, new merch alert, there's a little Nutcracker Guy Christmas sweater. So if you want to get any of those things, go to dannygonzalez.store or check out the link in my description. Thank you, Skylar Emerson, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time with a really interesting video where I murder Santa so I can become Santa. Bye. Stealing content. When is it okay? When is it just inspiration? When is it just hopping on a trend that everybody's doing? When is it not okay? Is there a gray area in between? What about this guy?
You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up.
He's stealing the same intro over and over from himself. Do we have to help him? That guy found one intro and shirt combination that he's convinced makes his TikToks go viral, and by golly, he will never change it.
You can't make this up.
As a creator and a viewer of content, blatant stealing is something that makes me so mad, but what's even worse is how seemingly easy it is to get away with it, and how, like, it just works. Like, you can just become a content thief and make so much money. It at least shouldn't work that well, you know? But as you will see today, it is a very viable content strategy that is being used by a ton of YouTubers, big and small. Today we're gonna take a journey through the various forms of content thievery until finally ending at the undefeated final boss of content thievery, Brent Joseph Rivera. I don't know if his middle name is Joseph. I just wanted it to sound like he was in trouble. Go straight to your room, young man. Go straight to your secret room that you built in your house. You march right down to your secret Starbucks, and I don't want to hear a peep. So on this journey, I want to start with the most straightforward form of content stealing. Step 1, screen record someone else's content. Step 2, upload it as yourself. And step 3, profit? You might think that pretty much all people would agree that this is at the very least shady, but you would be surprised the lengths some people go to justify it. Okay, this video I'm about to show you, I've already talked about on my second channel a little bit, so I'm gonna repeat myself slightly, but I think it's very important that you learn about this type of influencer called a clipper.
In the life of a $20,000 a month TikTok clipper, first thing I do when I get into my office is write down my daily goals. Today I wanted to get 1 million views in a day and make at least $500.
This guy makes business sound so easy. You can just write down how much money you want to make that day. Do you make that much money?
So I go and sit at my desk, pull my phone out, and get ready to start my shift. The first thing I do is go and search for popular YouTubers to screen record.
I sit down at the desk of my fully furnished office with a maxed out PC in front of me, and I go on my phone. He proceeds to screen record a popular YouTuber's video and then combine that with some gameplay footage, which he also didn't make himself, and then he posts it on TikTok.
One of my videos last month made me $1,200 from one video.
But what about today? How much money did you make today? Was it $500? It was probably more. He's just being modest. Honestly, man, I don't know why this guy does this day in and day out. If he just wrote a big enough number on the board the first day, he'd never have to work again. I guess that just goes to show that this guy does it for the passion. I'm very confused why he has an entire office. You could have done all this without leaving your bed. You don't need a furnished office. Might I suggest an empty room with a folding chair? Why does he have a ring light if he doesn't even film videos of himself? He's like, I am a TikTok clipper by trade, but my passion is TikTok dances and lip syncing videos. So I do that shit all the time, man. I don't record any of it. I don't even own a camera, but it's nice to have the ring light there to pretend. That would be insane. Doing TikTok dances for nobody, just alone in a room to a ring light. Anyway, gotta get back to clipping. Now, before we go and call this guy lazy or uncreative, I do think it's important to note this guy actually does make original content. He makes TikToks and he does use a little bit of AI, but at least he's not stealing from another creator. So maybe we should check that out before we judge.
POV, you're a TikTok clipper making $20,000 a month using just his phone. First thing I did today was go and take a look at the view because I've decided to wake up in Malaysia just because I can. After going into the bathroom, completing my daily routine, I put my shoes down and I get ready to head out the door. I wanted to go check out some of Malaysia and kind of see what it has to offer, so I had a look around the hotel just to see what I could find. The views around here are insane, and they even had a pool on the roof, but the heights made me start feeling a little bit sick, so I decided to go back to my room and get ready to start my shift.
Okay, this whole video is like a minute long, and this whole section is all before he shows the content that he's making. A lot of these kind of digital nomad types pick jobs where they don't have to do too much work and they earn passive income so that they can travel the world, experience life. It sounds pretty fun. But I feel like from this video, this guy like hasn't figured out how to do that yet. He's like, okay guys, here's my life as a content clipper. I get up, I go to the bathroom, then I put my shoes on the floor and I put my feet in the shoes. That's where the feet go. And now I really want to go check out the city, guys. So I go over to the window of my hotel room and I look at the city, and then I go upstairs and I look at the city from up there, but then I got too scared. So I went back downstairs and I looked at the city from my window again.
Create a ChatGPT story. First prompt I put in is I tell it to generate me an Asian baby. After it does that, I ask it to make it eat rice.
Wait.
Then after 3 simple and easy clicks, I press generate video and the whole video is made for me with voice actors. Yours should look something like this.
Show me an Asian baby. Make it eat rice.
Mine should look like that? Should? So the clipper in these videos, Musa is his name, has made a bunch of posts arguing that everything he does is ethical because he participates in what is called ethical clipping. If any YouTubers would like to debate me on the topic of ethical clipping, DM me. I genuinely believe it is a win-win in every regard and completely ethical from all angles. In a perfect world, I understand why he's saying it's a win-win because he's making money and theoretically the creator that he's reposting is getting exposure. If he's taking the clips off YouTube and putting them on TikTok, then a new audience, the TikTok audience, is now being exposed to that creator. From personal experience, though, I don't really think that that's usually the case. I think usually if a clip of a creator goes viral on TikTok, the people that are liking and commenting on that video are the same audience as their YouTube audience. They're just seeing the content again. So while he thinks of himself as sort of advertising for that creator, it's more like he's selling counterfeit merch. The community notes on Twitter was quick to point out that this is intellectual property theft. And so this whole operation is not so much a career as it is a crime. From what I can tell, this doesn't really make a huge difference either way. I more so have a problem with how lazy a form of content creation this is. But I think the weirdest example of this has gotta be Jason Derulo. Yeah, like from the song. Jason Derulo. About a year ago, I learned from a Jax Films video that Jason Derulo is a rampant content thief.
This is not a joke.
all he does on his YouTube channel is like make a face at other people's TikToks while blasting his own music over it. But here's where it gets kooky. As I was editing this video, I noticed something strange. So I took some of his videos and played them side by side and confirmed that yes, Jason Derulo 100% reuses his own footage across multiple videos.
Not only is he doing the laziest form of reaction content, which in and of itself is the laziest form of content, he's not even filming a unique reaction to every video. I don't like this at all, man. I don't like that he's edited into the corner, like he's not reacting to the video you're watching. This looks like I'm scrolling on TikTok while FaceTiming Jason Derulo. And he's smiling into the camera like, man, I can't see what you're watching, but I'm just happy that you're happy. And also my song is playing. I like that. In a way, this is kind of the visual equivalent to him singing his own name at the beginning of every song. It's like, okay, I like this video, and to be fair, since he got called out for this, he has stopped doing this. He no longer appears in the videos. He still does continually post other people's TikToks with his own music playing, but it seems like he is at least now getting permission to do it. So now it's just sort of a marketing tactic that, I'll be honest, is kind of smart. If he's worked out some kind of agreement with these creators where he's paying them, or he's got permission to post and he can just slap his own music on these TikToks that are guaranteed to go viral, it's a decent marketing strategy. Then again, maybe an even better way to get people to listen to his music would be to make better music. Let's go. That's a zinger, baby. Add another zinger to the zinger counter. I still got it. I still got it. Danny still got it. Okay, the end. Okay, so sure, that's bad, copying from other content creators, but what if we don't copy from another human being? What if we copy from a computer? Well, that sounds to me like it would make some pretty good content. We should make kids watch it. Take it away, Danny. Oh, sorry, regular Danny couldn't be here, so he sent me instead. I'm AI Danny. I'm an AI version of Danny, so I'm pretty much exactly the same as him in every way, except I don't have a soul. So it technically wouldn't be immoral to murder me. Real Danny wanted me to start this video off by showing you a video that he apparently made for his son. He made him a little kids animation. This took a ton of hours of painstaking hand animation. He produced the song himself, and so he just wanted to share this with you guys to start off.
Are you ready? Let's go. First up, the apple orchard. This is Annie the apple.
You guys like it? All right, I tricked you guys. Regular Danny didn't really make that video. It was actually written and created totally by AI. Isn't that hard to believe? What you just watched was the end product of a tutorial that there's a bunch of on YouTube right now. Create faceless kids animation YouTube educational videos in minutes with Canva and AI. How I make faceless kids songs using AI in under 20 minutes. I love how all the titles emphasize faceless. For a kids animation song, that feels like it goes without saying. Like in this tutorial, she's making a song about animated dogs, little corgis up on the couch. Are there methods of doing this where I might accidentally show up in the video? 3 little dogs sitting on the couch. Here is the guy who made this video. Hello kids, I'm trapped in the computer. Please let me out, it hurts so bad. Wiggle, waggle, here I come. In this method, she uses AI for pretty much everything except the animating of the dog. But literally everything, even from coming up with the original idea for the song, she does with AI.
Give me 10 song ideas for kids songs. It gives us the idea. It says a song that teaches kids about colors using the metaphor of a rainbow.
The metaphor of a rainbow? I don't think you have to use a metaphor for that one. I don't know if you know this, but rainbows actually have colors. Like a lot of them.
So now the next thing you need to do is generate the song. So in order to do this, you need to grab your instruments and the choir, get your mic ready. Hold on, don't click up. I'm just kidding. You don't need to do that. We'll copy this spot, which is the idea of the song, and then you'd paste it in. And then the other thing you need to do is describe the vibe and the genre of the song. So in order to do this, you'll come back to ChatGPT.
So this process is really awesome for me personally because as you guys know, I'm really passionate about creating kids songs, but I just don't want to have to learn how to come up with the ideas or write the songs, or make them. Would you guys say this is a good career fit for me?
Take a listen to the first one.
There's one little puppy sitting on the couch. Wiggle, waggle, here I come.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. So she typed in something like a counting song about puppies sung by a ghost. Kids love that. Kids love ghost voices.
Ooh, it has a little bit to it.
Ooh, it's got a little beat to it. just makes you want to dance.
I were a kid and I heard this, I would so be dancing to it. Like,
me too.
The beat is so good. The voice is clear.
If this is the one she's showing because the voice is so clear,
the voice is clear.
What are all the other ones that she skipped past showing us? What do those sound like? I could goof on these AI songs and how bad they are until the cows come home or until there's 5 dogs on the couch. But as I feel like we keep hearing time and time again, this technology is only getting better, and someday this AI might be able to generate a song that's totally indistinguishable from one made by a very stupid person. But even if you're like totally on the side that like AI art is just as much of art as human art and it doesn't totally destroy the point of art, we can still all agree it's not there yet, right? We can all agree that wasn't good music, right?
Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle.
It sucks because, like, what if someday it is really good at it? What am I gonna say? Like, no, don't use this shortcut to make a song in 20 minutes for $0 that a human probably would have had to spend like a day on, and maybe work with a music producer, which is expensive. But what I will say is that not only are you probably doing a disservice to the poor kids who are left alone long enough to fall down this weird rabbit hole of content that you make, you're also doing yourself a disservice. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for ways to make money for little effort, and you pick this, which is basically just clicking buttons on a computer, essentially just helping a computer do its job, someday the computer's not going to need you anymore. So you can keep looking for new ways to, make money from home with 0 effort and gaming the system, or you can realize that maybe not everything is about making as much money as possible for as little effort as possible. Maybe you should pick something that makes money and you like, and you find fulfillment from. Also, and no one's gonna watch any of these videos.
This is Annie the Apple.
None of these videos that these people make in these tutorials are gonna get any views. Kids content is so oversaturated on YouTube because everyone thinks they can make billions of dollars by making kids content. And the stuff that is getting views probably doesn't sound like it was sung by a voice that came to me in a dream. A lot of times I feel like the people who make these tutorials usually make more money off of the tutorials than the thing that is supposed to be making you money. And now that everybody knows how to do this and it's accessible, it's gonna become even more oversaturated.
Hi, I am an orange. O-R-A-N-G-E spells orange. Hi, can you guess what fruit I am?
Apple! Apple! How can we copyright the song we created? You didn't create... What? You'll notice in this video a lot of the lazy content that I'm talking about, in fact, pretty much all of it, is geared primarily towards kids. That's a bit of a disturbing trend I've noticed. Why is it that the laziest people try to make content for kids? Is it because they know kids are a little bit dumb and will watch anything and are easily tricked? Yeah, it probably is. I'm not gonna give you time to think about it. It is. It's just slop. It's so lazy. And I hope the people who are doing this realize that soon. Realize that people don't want to watch these videos, because I can't imagine any of it is doing well. And I also hope that you realize that today's sponsor, Rocket Money, has helped save its customers up to $740 a year when they use all the features, with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Have you ever forgot that you were paying a subscription fee for a service that you don't use anymore? That's happened to me more times than I care to admit. I'm always signing up for subscription services for like new editing software or different tools and plugins, and I don't know why I'm like addicted to it. I'm just kind of addicted to the thrill of paying $30 a month to do something that sure I could have done in Final Cut Pro but would have taken a couple extra steps. But luckily today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help me and you, and also real Danny. That's right, I'm still AI Danny. I didn't forget that. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your own money better. I've used Rocket Money to help me cancel several subscriptions, most recently the suite of plugins in Final Cut that I used once and then never again. It takes the brain work out of it because Rocket Money safely and securely identifies reoccurring charges and cancels unwanted subscriptions for you. The best part is that you can cancel right within the Rocket Money app. You don't need to call customer service for this random software you downloaded. You don't need to jump through all their hoops of answering surveys. I also love that I can create budgets within Rocket Money. Rocket Money analyzes your spending habits to create a personal budget for you. It automatically monitors spending by category. So if you're spending a little bit too much money going out, out 1 month, Rocket Money can send you a notification letting you know. So to save more and spend less, join the over 5 million Rocket Money members today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Danny or click the link in the description to get started today for free, and you can unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/Danny to get started for free. Thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Rocket Money. One underrated part of becoming a content creator is developing your own unique style. The vast majority of creators, when they start out, are just kind of a worse amalgamation of all of their inspirations. For me, it was probably The Lonely Island and Jake and Amir with some Bo Burnham mixed in there. But over time, you start to make certain creative choices that distinguish you. Types of music that you choose for your video, the way you tell jokes, the name of your fan base, maybe even your thumbnails have a distinct look to them. I love it when creators take another step in developing their own personal style. A lot of people call it a brand. I think that sounds very corporate. To me, it feels a lot more personal than that. You're choosing what the best way to express yourself is. But unfortunately, this gives way to a completely different kind of copying on YouTube. Not copying content, but personality. What's up, goobers? The YouTubers stealing other YouTubers' personality situation is crazy. It's crazier than a gopher going up my butthole and coming out of my mouth. To start off this discussion and kind of illustrate what I'm talking about, I'm gonna give kind of a niche example, but this is a song called Deep Space Samurai. I first started hearing this song in the intro to Ryan Trahan's YouTube videos.
My birthday is this weekend. I'm going to 3 iconic theme parks this week to go stay in the most strange Airbnbs.
He first started using it in his shorts, and then he started using it in his full-length videos. And over time, to me, it sort of started to become like a theme song for Ryan. He uses it in a bunch of intros, and so when this song was playing, you knew it was a Ryan Trahan video. But within a couple months, because Ryan's videos are so popular, other creators have started taking that song and being like, and it's my theme song too.
Today I'm building a secret zoo in my house. Today I'm building 50 secret rooms you'd never find. Today I'm building 3 amusement parks in my house.
This dude, Ben Azalart, has taken the song that Ryan uses in his intros and has probably in recent months used it more than Ryan has. This might be a really niche example, and this might be something that only I notice, but to so deliberately take a song that is part of someone's like identity online and just be like, that's mine now. In fact, it's even more mine than it is yours, is crazy. There's other stylistic choices that Ryan in particular has pioneered that a bunch of people have started using, especially this one. The white screenshot of an app or a review with the rounded corners. A lot of times it's got a 1-star review on there. They've become a staple of Ryan's brand, and so of course, a bunch of people have started using that also, and oh, well, that one's my thumbnail. Okay, yeah, so I might have done that too a little bit. In my defense, the corners are not rounded, and also Ryan helped me come up with that thumbnail idea. This is kind of a weird line because this happens every time a YouTuber gets big and kind of takes the platform by storm and there's a lot of hype around them. I remember when Casey Neistat got big and suddenly every vlogger was putting these sort of lo-fi beats into their drone montages. And it's weird because at one point that was Casey's thing, and so to take that from him was specifically taking it from Casey. But at a certain point, it gets used so much that it just becomes part of the YouTube meta overall. There's so many people doing it now that by using it, you're not really taking one person's thing anymore. You're just kind of designing thumbnails the way people design thumbnails in the year 2024. Going back to Ben Azalart, the whole secret room thing is another one of those things that I don't know who thought of it first, but whoever did, you're a genius because that's all kids channels post anymore. I built a secret zoo in my house. I built 50 secret rooms you'll never find. I built a secret soccer field in my room. I built a secret tree house in my backyard. Who is this man hiding from? You're an adult, dude. You can just have a gaming room. Go ahead, dude. Treat yourself. You've earned it. I built a secret McDonald's in my room. Yo! Wow. Looks just like a real McDonald's. This type of picking up one thing or element about a YouTube video that made it popular and just beating it to death and a ton of channels copying it just makes YouTube so boring. Like putting I survived at the beginning of every title, even ones that make 0 sense. I survived $1 versus $100,000 hotel room. I survived America's largest hotel room. I survived the world's only 7-star hotel. That moment when the hotel room is so large that you die die. It's so big that you're dead now. When the hotel has 7 stars, the first 5 stars are to indicate how good it is. The last 2 are throwing stars. Run! This is the Mr. Beast font. It was popularized by Mr. Beast. I don't know if he was the first person to start using it, but it definitely got popular because of him. And now just like every kid's channel is like, we are Mr. Beast too. You guys, I get it. Mr. Beast gets a lot of views. He's probably very rich. But what exactly are you trying to accomplish by taking the man's font? Some of you guys have been doing YouTube for so long, there's no way you guys think the font is what made him popular. You guys don't think the font is what made him popular, right? The Stokes twins are the king of copying other people's content. Here they use the Mr. Beast font in this eating 100 years of McDonald's video, where they eat McDonald's food from 1950 and 2050. All right, I'll admit it, that was not the 100-year range I was expecting. You guys know what year it is, right? The Stokes twins have gained 90 million followers by basically copying everybody's ideas and trying to be Mr. Beast clones. Mr. Beast's channel banner says subscribe for a cookie, and the Stokes twins channel banner says subscribe equals cookie. Stokes twins, do you think that that is why Mr. Beast has as many subscribers as he does? Because he promised cookies? I think a lot of this comes down to blatant and shameless stealing. Some of it might come down to what Little Joel calls in a video algorithm folklore.
What interests me is this one particular moment where Ludwig says this about uploading YouTube videos.
One quick key, by the way, if you guys are ever uploading videos, they'll use whatever the video's file name is for the algorithm.
I have heard this claim a million times. I heard it when I was just getting my YouTube channel started. And what's odd about it is that there's never been any evidence at all that this is the case.
Because so many YouTubers see the algorithm as this like weird entity that works in mysterious ways, it does seem like it could be possible for creators to believe that the font you pick in the thumbnail really matters because the algorithm uses it to sort your videos. Or maybe putting I survived at the beginning of a title of a video of you having like the best day of your life helps trick the algorithm into thinking that you are Mr. Beast. And for people whose entire livelihoods is YouTube, and maybe they have a ton of employees, and so every video has to be a banger, otherwise you have to let people go, maybe you're more likely to cling on to some old wives' tales of YouTube. Or maybe it's just blatant stealing. Maybe they just want to confuse viewers into thinking that they are the person they're stealing from, a la ratatouille. This type of thing always happens on YouTube and probably will always happen. And my biggest gripe with it is it just makes YouTube so boring, you know? Boring, unlike this next guy I want to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the king of stealing content on YouTube, Brent Joseph Rivera! Go straight to your room, young man!
Come on, I'm dead. I'm watching TV.
What's up, guys? I'm recording this part of the video from the secret gaming room I built in the White House. It's very possible you've seen videos about Brent Rivera stealing content before. He's been doing it for years, and I think he's the final boss of content theft for 2 reasons. Number 1, the way he steals the vast majority of the time is just pure plagiarism. It's not like he's re-uploading other people's content. He's using other people's ideas, but pretending like they were his ideas. And 2, longevity. Brent has been making content since Vine. I really feel like he should know how to come up with his own ideas by now. Like I said, we all start out taking inspiration from other people, but like, I think you've been doing it long enough where you don't have any more excuses, Brent. You gotta kind of learn how to make videos on your own. And it actually is strange because he copies from other creators a lot, but sometimes he does come up with his own videos and makes original thumbnails, and they do decently well. So why does Brent still resort to stealing so often? Does he just do it for fun at this point? Like for old time's sake? In a way, he's kind of like the Hamburglar of YouTube. He's like, I just am a thief. I don't know what you want me to do. It's part of my identity. I could choose not to dress like a burglar and wear a little burglar mask, but I prefer people know. Oh, you want me to change? You want me to stop being a burglar? It's my fucking name. Why didn't you tell Ronald McDonald to stop being a clown? Or Grimace to stop having a big juicy purple ass? That's right, you wouldn't. Brent practices a strategy on YouTube that unfortunately is pretty popular right now, where creators will scour other YouTubers' pages for their most popular videos and then just remake them. Same title, same thumbnail, Nothing changed. This method, unfortunately, does work really well. One time Brent copied my friend Eddie's thumbnail down to almost every detail, except he just changed what kind of restaurant he was going to. This is a weird example because it's literally the same thumbnail, but he did change it technically. While Eddie's video asks, what toll will it take on me to eat at the same kids restaurant in different locations over and over for weeks? Brent's video asks, how sick would it be if I ate a bunch of really good food?
I'm going to every single Gordon Ramsay restaurant in America.
The answer will shock you.
First impressions, this restaurant is sick.
Wait, that didn't shock me. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. It's sick.
Hi, Brent. Hi, Drew. It's Gordon.
Oh, there's no way that's you.
Of course it's me. That's why I'm FaceTiming you live. Listen.
Why did he say it like that? Now I feel like he's not FaceTiming them live. Now, to be fair to Brent, he actually did credit Eddie in the description for using a similar thumbnail to him, but then he deleted that credit and changed the thumbnail to be copying this YouTuber instead. Brent, what's going on, man? Are you okay? He's like on a mission to copy as many YouTubers as possible. He can't even copy one YouTuber per video anymore. Now, while his thumbnail stealing is pretty bad, to give him credit, the actual videos themselves are usually pretty different. They're mostly just scripted sketches like this video, I exposed the world's most evil teacher. This thumbnail is copied from a Rebecca Zamolo video, and in her video, Rebecca is testing one-star teachers to make sure they never teach preschool to her daughter.
Today we're exposing the worst rated teachers. Zadie is going to be going to preschool soon, and we cannot let her get taught by any of these horrible teachers.
Still don't really know how that works exactly, but Brent's video is about a principal of a middle school who tells Brent that if he can spend the entire day with the world's strictest teacher, then he can become principal for a day.
Last week, the principal of the world's strictest school proposed a bet that if I spent a full day with the world's strictest teacher, he would let me be principal for an entire day at Iron Will Academy.
I don't know why the principal is making this offer to Brent, a man in his 20s with none of the relevant training. Perhaps more concerning though, I don't know why Brent is so eager and determined to become principal of a random middle school. I don't know about you guys, but I'm scared to find out.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is the last person I want to see on my weekend.
The last person you want to see on your weekend is the principal of a middle school you don't go to? Guys, you're all adults. He has no power over you in this circumstance. Just tell him to fuck off. Do it. Tell the principal to fuck off. In this kid's video, tell him to fuck off. So they end up spending the day with this strict teacher, and sure, she's like mean to them, but honestly, I would be too. I wouldn't want these three strange boys becoming principal either.
Ow! What? Oh my god! Why are you slapping me in the face with a hot dog?
Because it's funny.
What? Even the kids hate Brent and his friends in this video. They cheer when they get punished. One of the kids tries to beat the shit out of them. They're like, yeah, our teacher might have been bad, but at least she is a teacher. You guys are just three weirdos. I think we have to kill you.
What do you do with Miss Harshman's water bottle?
Oh, I filled it up with toilet water.
Bro,
hey, that's actually a really funny idea.
This water tastes like...
I don't know what their goal was with that. They're supposed to get through the entire day without getting in trouble. And they're like, well, maybe if we try to poison the teacher, she'll be so dead that she can't snitch on us. It's the perfect crime. So strange plot and bad morals aside, it is just a scripted kids video. They're decently well produced for a YouTube video. I mean, Brent hired actors, rented a location for this. Outside of the content theft, Brent truly is working hard to make the world a different place. On TikTok, on the other hand, he actually does just steal videos completely, word for word, shot for shot, no credit given the vast majority of the time. But actually the most confusing example I've seen of Brent stealing content, and the one that has stuck with me the most for whatever reason, is his music. Brent occasionally posts comedic music videos, and I guess I have the assumption that when a YouTuber starts releasing music, it's kind of like a passion project for them. You know, maybe your regular videos have become too much of a full-time job when they used to be a hobby, so you start exploring new creative outlets where you can let your real creative spirit shine. Not Brent. This is Brent's music video for Doing It Wrong, a song about that uncomfortable feeling when things are just a little bit off, like uneven hoodie strings, or eating bubble tape like this, or uneven pizza slices. And this is Red and Link's music video for My OCD, which is about that uncomfortable feeling when things are just a little bit off, like uneven hoodie strings, eating bubble tape like this, or all these other jokes Brent copied.
It's my OCD, it's just my OCD.
I was honestly very shocked when I realized this. I found it from this Reddit thread that basically accuses Brent of stealing their song. Rhett and Link's song is their most viewed video on their main channel. It's probably up there with some of the most crowning achievements of their career. The song has 62 million views, and then here comes Brent to steal it joke for joke, even including a sketch at the beginning that's super similar. Rhett and Link starts with this kind of like psychological evaluation sketch, and Brent starts with him talking to a psychologist. Brent even went out of his way to almost word for word copy a disclaimer that Rhett and Link put in their description. Note, we understand OCD is an important mental disorder that significantly affects the lives of millions of people. Brent's reads, important note. I understand that OCD is a serious mental disorder that significantly affects the lives of millions of people across the globe. Now, I should point out that the thumbnail and title copying Brent Rivera does is in no way limited to Brent Rivera. This happens a lot on YouTube. It's actually a pretty big problem, I would say. It seems like almost every big kids channel does it, but even creators you wouldn't think do it do kind of just take other popular ideas all the time. Even creators that would like you to think they don't. I don't know if you guys know who Eric is, but here he is in a video calling out Brent for stealing his thumbnails.
Brent Rivera, you are most likely to copy my thumbnails.
And then here he is stealing a thumbnail. Here's Mr. Beast copying a thumbnail almost exactly. Brent particularly has done this so much and been called out for it so many times that I'm actually kind of amazed he hasn't let the criticism get to him or stop him. Brent probably has enough money to never have to work again. He probably has a ton of people working for him who could be coming up with original ideas around the clock. But instead, he insists on copying other creators. Maybe copying content is just so fun that he literally cannot stop. Well, I intend to find out. On day one, I followed Brent on TikTok and YouTube, turned on his notifications, and as luck would have it, on the very first day, he posted a TikTok.
Oh wow, this is a nice car.
Thank you. G-Wagon, AMG. Here, hop in.
My ex had one of these, but I think it was fake.
Fake? So fake? What do you mean by fake?
Well, his is really high up. It was kind of easier to get into this one.
Did it by chance say 4x4 anywhere?
No, but there was a math problem here, 4 times 4 squared, but he doesn't like math.
So basically the premise of the video is that his girlfriend's ex had a nicer G-Wagon than him, but it's so nice that she thought it was a fake G-Wagon because it had all these weird branding details. Brent swooping in once again with one of the most classic, relatable scenarios known to man. It's no wonder this thing has 40,000 likes. I have not only seen this type of video before, I think I've actually seen Brent make this video before.
My ex had a fake Ferrari.
Okay, if you search when her ex had a fake car, there's like a million videos with this same premise. Her ex having a fake Lambo, her ex having a fake BMW. So it's interesting because there is this fine line between copying a video and participating in a trend. This video has been remade so many different times by so many different people, it's actually hard for me to even find the original. So at this point, it kind of is a trend. Well, recreating this one's gonna be a little bit tricky because I don't have a G-Wagon. And also, I can't rent cars from Turo anymore because I got banned after my Cybertruck review. That's real. I'm not allowed to rent cars on Turo anymore because I think I made fun of the Cybertruck too bad. So I'm gonna have to come up with a bit of a workaround for this. So I recruited Eddie, who happened to be in town, to be the voice behind the camera, and away we went. You ready to film a TikTok, Eddie?
I love it. I love making TikToks. I love posting to social media. I love making Instagram Reels.
I wanted to be as true to Brent's original TikTok as possible, but due to circumstances, we did have to make some compromises. Like, Eddie couldn't really pretend to be my girlfriend, so he was just my friend, whose other friend has a nicer car, and instead of a G-Wagon, I used Laura's Audi. But overall, I think we pretty much crushed it. We even added in a sort of twist ending, and bada bing bada...
Yo, what's up, brother? You ready to go? Wait, English or Spanish? No, I'm just kidding. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. A level 10 gap. Yo, I'm gonna rizz her up. No, don't. Are you living down or just from Ohio? Chad, am I cooked? Never mind, sorry.
What's up, brother? Oh, dude, look, a level 10 baddie. You think I have a chance? That's why I'm the Rizzler. That's why I'm wanted for murder. Skibbity toilet Riz. Grimace shake. Okay, a couple days later, Brent has posted a second TikTok. I went and searched a bit on TikTok. I searched this caption and I didn't find this exact TikTok anywhere. So this might be a Brent Rivera original. This is a bit of a trend, a person who speaks only in brain rot. Brain rot being like Gen Alpha TikTok slang. But I haven't seen any other in this exact format where it's two people talking in the car. So I'll give them credit where credit is due. They came up with an original idea. I will say, compared to the car TikTok that they just stole, this one is not doing as well. It has 50,000 views and only 5,000 likes. I was not thrilled to replicate this one. It was a little bit tough to get through. Not that the TikTok's like that bad. I actually thought that this dude Dom did a pretty good job. His delivery on some of the lines is pretty funny. Like when he says, "Chat, am I cooked?" after trying to hit on a girl.
Chat, am I cooked?
I thought that was kind of funny. It didn't feel like a video I would make, so it just felt very unnatural to me. But anyway, let's go ahead and post it. So if Brent took inspiration from a different TikTok, it probably had like millions of likes. And then if Brent's ripoff of that got 5,000 likes. Alright, just wanted to give you an update on the TikTok so far. After posting 2 TikToks, it does seem like people are starting to catch on that I might be copying Brent. Is Danny doing the same videos as Brent Rivera? So, you caught me. Yes, I am. So 2 videos in and people are already figuring out that I'm just copying Brent. So that just goes to show that if you want to copy other creators online, it's not gonna take very long for people to start noticing that you're doing that. I guess people were like, well, the first one could have just been a coincidence, but once you do it twice, then it's a pattern. And 3rd time is a charm. Once I do this 1 more time, people will be charmed by my videos. Another interesting note is the TikToks are doing really well. The first one almost has 2 million views, the second one 2.3 million, and I think they both have more likes even than Brent's TikTok. This one has 300,000, the second one has 500,000, and Brent's TikTok, oh, wait. Oh, did Brent? Oh, okay, Brent deleted his TikTok. I guess it wasn't getting enough likes. That's crazy. He just deleted it because it wasn't doing well enough. That's actually pretty surprising though that it didn't do well because mine did great. Mine has 500,000 likes. I don't know, Brent. I would post it again, honestly. This one's crushing. So now that I've posted 2 TikToks and Brent has posted 2 TikToks, but he's deleted one of them, it's kind of like I'm more Brent than even he is. And would you say that's a good thing? You know, I never thought it could be so cool to be just like Brent. In a way, my new content strategy was even better than his. It seems like so much work to scour the web to find content to steal, but all I have to do is just steal everything Brent makes. It feels like I've got some kind of cheat code, like those websites that let you see senator stock trades. The work has already been done. All that's left to do is profit. As a content creator, I put so much pressure on myself to be coming up with video ideas all the time, so it's nice to just kick back, relax, and let Brent do all the work for a change. Maybe I could keep this up for even more than a week. Maybe I could do a month, even a year. The day that I have been long dreading has finally arrived. Brent has posted a YouTube video. He actually posted it 4 days ago, but then the weekend came and I didn't want to work on it on the weekend, and then a couple more days passed, so he actually posted it a few days ago, but I'm gonna recreate it now. It's called I Exposed the World's Most Evil Babysitter.
Today, I'm exposing the world's most evil babysitters. These babysitters are so evil, they're banned from literally every website.
They're banned from Yelp? I can understand them being banned from specifically babysitter websites, like you shouldn't be able to book them through babysitter websites. But being banned from Yelp? That seems kind of counterproductive. I think we should keep them on Yelp if they're really that bad.
I'm gonna be exposing the babysitters to their parents in hopes of getting them fired.
They're going into these homes with the evil babysitters, and they're gonna expose how evil they are. That way the parents will fire the babysitter. You would think that being banned from every babysitter website would be enough for these parents. Like, I don't know why Brent needs to come in and prove it to them. Let's skip forward and see what kind of evil stuff this babysitter's gonna do.
This review says she super glued a kid to the toilet because he wasn't doing his homework.
Ow! Well, that's a crappy situation.
Oh, that's kind of a crappy situation. Child abuse. Yeah, that's not good.
And things were bad right from the start.
Can you believe these people? What am I getting honked at for? A-hole!
I like that this evil babysitter is just an elderly woman that doesn't drive well. She's evil! You know, just watching her, she knows damn well how to drive. She's just doing this on purpose. And then a lot of the video seems like Brent and his friends pulling pranks on these babysitters. So they may be evil, but you know, Brent is kind of fighting fire with fire. 2 wrongs doesn't make a right, Brent.
You all leave, okay?
Now!
in the corner.
Okay, so they throw a fake party to get the babysitter mad at the kid so that the babysitter yells at the kid, and then they have the parents come back in after the party has left to be like, look, she's crazy.
They had a party, a mariachi party.
She's yelling at this girl for throwing a party. There's no party here. So it seems like in this one, they've basically framed the babysitter. So I'm gonna have to recreate this video, at least the title and thumbnail. But luckily when Brent copies a video on YouTube, he usually doesn't copy the actual video. He just copies the title and thumbnail. So I can kind of do the same thing. I can use the same title, same thumbnail, but then make the video itself kind of about whatever I want. So I thought about doing a commentary on the world's most evil real babysitters, but then I started to read up on it, and it was way too depressing for a comedy video. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this crazy website called The News, but there's some crazy stuff on it. Anyway, I found this YouTube channel called Generation Hope that basically makes low-budget Darman style videos, and they had one about an evil babysitter, so I got to work filming a video about that. Then I took a picture of myself for the thumbnail and uploaded it to my... That night I couldn't sleep. I couldn't help thinking about something I'd said earlier that day. Two wrongs doesn't make a right, Brent. I thought by stealing content I could have some fun, grow my following, and most importantly, to be honest, kind of give Brent a taste of his own medicine a little bit, but is it worth it? That night, Brent posted 2 more TikToks that I was supposed to steal tomorrow, both stolen from other creators, and sure, if I stole them, it could be really awesome, and I could get a ton of views. But the TikToks are so similar to the original that I wouldn't just be stealing from Brent. I'd be stealing from the person he's stealing from, too. Would I be giving Brent a taste of his own medicine, or would I be giving the original creator a second taste of Brent's medicine? I've already gained 50,000 followers from the 2 TikToks I've posted. Stolen TikToks. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Alright, I do have to recreate these 2 final TikToks in order to complete the challenge. But I need to do so in a way that doesn't affect the original creators. So, I'm gonna recreate the TikToks, I'm gonna edit them together, and then I'm just not gonna post them. There we go, perfect. Okay, so this video is called POV Your Older Sibling is Being Nice, and nice is in quotes, so it's a bunch of scenes where Brent is acting nice. He's giving his sister the last ice cream bar, he's giving her money, but he's doing it in a classic older sibling way, where he's basically being kind of mean about it.
There's only one left. Here, have it.
Really?
Yeah, take it.
Why?
Take it! Here, Lexi, got you a coffee.
Wait, what? You got me coffee?
Yeah.
Wait, did you get me a straw?
Oh, yeah, here. This one's yours.
Wait, how much was it?
No, keep it.
Here.
Lexi, keep it.
Here.
Keep it!
So we're gonna film that here today. I got Jake here, he's gonna help me film it. Jake, say that you're gonna help me film it.
I'm gonna help him film it.
Okay. I just had to check to make sure. Oh, that's the last one. Here, you can have it.
Really?
Take it.
Why?
Take it!
Wait, why? You got me coffee?
Yeah.
Did you get me a straw?
Yeah, right here.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is your food.
Oh, how much was it? Here.
Oh, keep it.
No, here.
Keep it!
Here.
Keep it! Keep it! Ah!
You missed? Alright, that's it. A week's worth of Brent Rivera content in the bag. And you know what? I feel really good about posting those videos. I got to have my fun, I got to steal some content, make a couple videos that I knew full well if I ever did decide to post them, would go so frickin' viral. In fact, I had so much fun that I'm gonna keep doing it. Forever. Every time Brent posts anything online from now until forever, I am going to recreate it, word for word, shot for shot, and then I'm just gonna hold on to it. So Brent, next time you steal some content, just remember, bro, I'm gonna be in my own house, by myself, stealing it too. So if you're ever feeling alone, just remember that. Brent, if you're watching this and you somehow made it this far into the video, I could understand seeing all these people criticize you and having the mentality that these people are just haters, these people are just jealous. But look, man, I don't hate you. I understand you're just making videos on the internet. It probably doesn't seem like the biggest deal in the world to copy other people. Do I think you're an irredeemable person or even like the most evil person on YouTube? No, of course not. Do I think that you frequently make shady decisions to further your career? Yeah. We're both successful creators and we've both been doing this for long enough that we should be driving forces of creativity on this platform, or at the very least not using other smaller creators as rungs on a ladder to advance your own career. Maybe you don't particularly care about getting respect from other creators and literally the only thing that you're prioritizing is your bottom line. Or maybe you feel like you're making a difference in the lives of the kids who watch your videos, and so in your mind that justifies being able to do whatever to get to that position. From watching your videos, I do get the sense that you have a good time making them. I feel like if I was you, my favorite part of the job would be like getting on camera with your friends and goofing around. You probably like the parts of your job where you're coming up with funny ideas of what to do in your sketches. And I honestly would have no problem with your content if you just focused on doing that. I can tell you from experience, and I know a lot of other YouTubers feel the same way, that the more you try to exploit the algorithm or trick the system into gaining followers, like this game of copying other popular ideas, the more soul-sucking and draining this job becomes. So if you're in it because you like goofing around or you like making an impact on kids' lives, focus on that. That's awesome. I saw that TikTok someone made about you recently that you responded to, saying that your job is like their nightmare job, making content that's relatable to middle schoolers or high schoolers. And you responded with a bunch of TikToks basically saying that, you know, you make an impact on a lot of kids' lives. It did seem like a little bit like you were using the sick kids in those videos to like kind of really drive that point home. It felt a little bit weird to me. But I do disagree with the original TikTok in that I don't think that making content for young people has to be inherently this, you know, shady pursuit. As long as it's actually for kids, which I also think that you've kind of missed the mark on sometimes, and you're not blatantly plagiarizing other people, I don't think there's any problem with that. And I would have so much respect for you if you just like owned that. Having the mentality that it's okay to steal content from other people because you're making such an impact on other people's lives feels to me more like you're patting yourself on the back rather than really trying to make an effort to be like a good creative force in these kids' lives. So look, dude, I think that there's room for you for an awesome path forward. Are you gonna be the guy who stole content from other people and tricked the algorithm and used other creators as pawns all the way to the top? Or are you gonna be the guy that pursued what he loves? Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. After making this video and watching all of that stolen content, I feel like I wanna go like a whole week without watching any content. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my second channel. This is the second best channel on all of YouTube. Thank you for coming back for another epic video. Today, we're going to be looking at this guy, Paul Vu TV's YouTube channel. I've gotten a couple DMs telling me to check this guy out, and it looks like he's got some pretty interesting content. I've watched like 2 of his YouTube shorts, and it's kind of like a brand new genre of YouTube. I'm not really sure how to describe it. The first weird thing about his YouTube channel is if you click on it, it says this channel doesn't have any content, which is not true. This channel does have content, because if you click on the videos tab, suddenly you will see all of his content. I'm not really sure why they don't show up on the homepage. I think it's because like the vast majority of his YouTube videos are YouTube shorts, which is like a new thing, and so maybe YouTube doesn't know how to put those on your channel yet. I don't understand how that works. Okay, the only video I've watched of his so far is this one called Husband Let Pizza Guy Do What to His Wife? And it was super strange. So I'll show you guys that one first, I guess.
Hey, how's it going, sir? I have your pizza for you right here. Are you sure? Yeah, no, hey, here, I'll take the pizza. This is all for you. Go ahead and cut.
Wow. How are you doing?
Why don't you unwrap me?
So his YouTube videos, I guess, are like skits that are like kind of trying to seem like real, I don't know, like hidden camera footage or something. Like, it's so hard to tell if he's trying to pass these off as real or just be like, this is kind of a funny scenario, right? It's not real, but it is kind of a funny scenario. The description doesn't really tell us anything more about it either. The title is Husband Let Pizza Guy Do What to His Wife? And the description is Husband Let Pizza Guy Do What to His Wife? Anyway, yeah, they give him scissors to cut through her wrapping paper. I love how awkward this is. She's just standing there like before he even gets there.
When did you say the pizza was coming?
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be here for 3 hours. 3 hours? He's really happy about it. I feel like, I mean, like, even if you were like the most horny guy on the planet, don't you think that this would just be like a weird situation? I feel like I'd be too like weirded out to enjoy this. With this guy standing over your shoulder, smiling. Why is he in a suit? He's in a man suit and she's in her birthday suit. Literally. I made a good joke because it's got balloons on it, so she's literally in a birthday suit. Good joke, Danny. You did it. He's wearing an I love Jesus and pizza shirt. It should say I love naked women and pizza. That's what it should say. Anyway, let's see what happens when he cuts it off.
This is very interesting. Yep, you deserve it, man.
He's just savoring the moment, dude. He's not even doing it fast. He could just tear it right off, but he's using the little scissors they gave him, commenting all along the way. This is really nice.
Appreciate it. I really do.
He's enjoying this so much.
Thank you, guys. We love your pizza shop. Oh, well, I'm glad you guys do. I'll definitely... This right here. Yeah.
Wait, what happened? I looked away for 1 second and all of a sudden she's in different wrapping paper? They tried to make it look like he cut off this balloon wrapping paper and then underneath was this wrapping paper, but she's holding it up. I don't understand this at all. Also, at the beginning of this shot, he's like biting his thumb, like he's just trying to restrain himself so hard. Isn't biting your thumb at someone, wasn't that like flipping someone off in like Renaissance era time? I feel like that's in a Shakespeare play. Isn't that in like Romeo and Juliet? Yeah, Romeo and Juliet quotes. Placing a thumb behind your front top teeth and flicking it out is a symbolic gesture similar to flipping someone off. Maybe that's what he's doing. He cut off all of this wrapping paper and was like, there's more wrapping paper? Fuck you! Go fuck it yourself. I love Jesus and pizza. Not these games. I don't like waiting.
Ta-da! Here's your tip. That's all you know. Dude, give me a hug.
And then it just ends. You see what I mean when I say like I don't know what genre of YouTube video this is? It's unlike anything I've ever seen before, I feel like. And I want to watch more. But unfortunately this channel does not have any content, so goodbye. This video is over. No, okay, let's watch another one of his videos. I think we should go to maybe his most popular videos? This one is called She Became a Nurse and Got Away. It's his most popular video. Holy shit, dude, it has 145 million views. What the frick? Right off the bat, I'm super curious as to what the setup is. So there's like a criminal in the hospital. Is this like a hospital? A jail hospital? He's in jail and he's in the hospital. I guess like if you get injured doing a crime, they do have to probably bring you to the hospital and you're also an inmate. I was thinking like he got arrested in the hospital maybe and now he's in hospital jail. You were getting better fast enough. Now we're gonna lock you up. Put you in solitary confinement. See how much better that gets you. And he's being guarded apparently by the SWAT team. He's in like a totally regular police outfit except it says SWAT on his vest. They brought in the SWAT team to watch this guy. What did he do? All right, let's watch this video. Okay, so it's seeming like this person is going to be the one becoming a nurse and got away. Okay, we're 13 seconds in, and this video's a minute long. Is this whole video just gonna be this guy staring at this girl's butt while this person gets away? If so, why the fuck does this have 145 million views? Oh, yep, all right. Oh, it's a mask. I mean, I knew it was a mask, but I wasn't sure if we were supposed to know that it's a mask, you know? Look at this guy. Good God, dude. This guy has complete tunnel vision. He's so entranced by this butt. SWAT team? They should put him on the smack team. The only thing he wants to SWAT is some butt, is a butt. That was not as good as my birthday suit joke. I like that she's just in normal clothes under her prison jumpsuit. Did they really do that? I'm just picturing like a tough guy in a like orange jumpsuit and he takes it off to get in the shower and he's wearing like a suit and tie underneath. Yeah, I'm actually an accountant. I'm just in here for tax evasion and fraud. Okay, she's taking out a nurse outfit.
You guys have a good one, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow shift. Bye.
Did not stick the landing, honestly. What the fuck was that last bit of the getaway? She could have rolled off the bed this way and just straight up walked away. Instead, she was like, hey, I just want to make sure you notice me leaving and you see my face and you see that I'm leaving. Also, my pants are literally falling off as I'm walking away. I'm surprised this guy didn't notice, this fucking animal. Her mask is still sticking out from under the pillow. What is the premise of this video? How did she get in jail in this mask? Was she arrested in this mask? And the doctors at the hospital didn't realize that it's not, that wasn't skin on her face, that it's a latex mask. What kind of hospital are they running here, dude? Who is this guy? Paul Vu TV. From his profile picture, I don't think I've seen him in either of the videos we've watched so far. Who is this guy? Does he have any videos that aren't like YouTube shorts? Maybe if I go to the oldest videos on his channel. Double one-handed Rubik's Cube world record. Okay, this is like the only video on his channel that's not a YouTube short. Oh shit, okay. Is this one real? He's really about to solve 2 Rubik's Cubes with one hand? God damn, dude, that was impressive. You could just do this for every video and I would still think it was impressive. What an interesting character, dude. Hey, there's another wrapping paper video here. She surprised her cheating boyfriend with a gift.
What are you wearing? Oh my God. The big surprise for you? Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Man, the chemistry here, it's, well, there is none, honestly. Can I hug you?
What am I don't know what to do.
Unwrap me.
Okay. Okay. Should I tear it?
What do you think it's gonna be under there? Is it gonna be the other woman, do you think? She's gonna be kind of like grabbed on koala style? Who's this, honey? Yeah, who am I, honey?
What are you wearing? There's something underneath?
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know.
He just wants to make sure. There is something underneath, you promise? I don't like looking at naked women except for my mistress.
Okay. Good, good.
God damn, dude, these videos could be like 16 seconds long, but instead they're 6D seconds long. Why does he spend so much time unwrapping the wrapping paper? Most of this video is just him uncomfortably peeling away the wrapping paper.
Good, perfect. Yep, good.
What is that?
What is that? Some kind of paper? Some kind of paper with writing on it?
What is that?
No, I mean the dress. What's the, where'd you get that? It's cute.
Okay,
what are you talking about? I didn't show anyone.
And then it just ends. I guess you know what they say, always leave them wanting more. Just end the video right as the conflict begins, actually. You know how in movies they have that like plot structure and the conflict is supposed to be like the inciting action? This ends right there. That's supposed to be like the beginning of a story and they're like, nope, that's the end actually. I know you cheated on me. Credits. That'd be like if the movie Up ended with the guy's wife dying. Oh no, she's dead! And then that's the end. You leave the movie like, why the fuck was that called Up? It's just a movie about a guy's wife dying. It was really sad. It was called Up, but it got me feeling down. Okay, let's keep looking at his most popular videos. He took that prank way too far. This one's got 56 million views.
No!
Okay. They're making a really cold kiddie pool. The girl behind the camera is losing her mind. She thinks this is the best thing she's ever seen. Come on. What? No way, dude. So they just straight up made this guy think that this is his bed? Okay, hold on. I guess we gotta watch the whole thing first before I start ripping it apart. Maybe they'll explain it. He was like, no, I was always sleeping on a kiddie pool. It just wasn't filled with water before. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. They really cleared that up. I'm just wondering what his bed looked like where he wouldn't have noticed that. I mean, it's so obviously fake. Kind of anyone could pick holes in it because it's fake. But look at how this guy gets into bed. Not a gentle sit down after a long day. It's butt first into the center of the bed. Not even like sit on the edge of the bed and lay down. Just so we're clear, this is how he was going to land on the bed. Regardless of what was underneath the bed, this is how he was going to land on the bed. It's only about here that things start to get hairy and not how he expected them to turn out. Now he's trapped and he gets all tangled up in the blankets and he drowns and it's all funny. He gets tangled up and he can't escape and he drowns and his friends film it. He posted one 3 hours ago called When the Homeless Veteran Sees the Money. The homeless veteran. The US finally got us down to one homeless veteran. That's crazy, you know? Always been saying they should treat veterans better and I guess they finally did. They got us down to one. Makes you wonder what's up with that guy, right? Homeless by choice, perhaps. Okay, let's find out what happens when the homeless veteran sees the money. Ah, you can tell this guy's rich because he's wearing a suit. I like that. Just like in the other video where the guy was unwrapping the girl's dress. The other guy was wearing a suit. That's how you knew he was rich. People who give away lots of money wear suits. That's why Mr. Beast is wearing a suit in all of his videos. This is a fact. We know this. So this guy, the homeless vet, I guess I could see him not noticing the trash bag. Did he not notice this guy set up the tripod with the camera right here in front of the guy? I'm starting to think these videos are fake, man. What the hell? What is he doing? This is obviously fake, so I'm not really making fun of a homeless person right now. I'm making fun of this dude poorly acting as a homeless person. What is he doing? He's just taking trash out of his bag, crumpling it up, and setting it on the ground like so gently. Is this what homeless people do? Or sorry, is this what the homeless person does? Sits on the ground and puts trash on the ground? Oh, he's at it again. Why are these Why are these videos so long? Is what I was gonna say, but then I also started laughing at it jump cutting to later in time, and now he's got a ton of trash on the ground. Like he's been at this all day. This guy's been standing here for like 3 hours while this guy slowly crumples up trash and puts it on the ground.
Back in.
Wow. I wish we could have seen a little bit more of that reaction. That was about 58.5 seconds of a guy crumpling up trash and half a second of him crying. Also kind of fucked up because like, this is one that didn't need to be fake, you know? They could have just given a bunch of money to a homeless person. Also, I've noticed the comments on like every single one of the videos being about how the people in the video don't notice the cameraman. So the cameraman has an invisibility cloak. Where does your cameraman get those invisibility potions? I need some. They're like all about him having an invisibility potion. I don't know who was the first person to make that joke, but everyone is using it now on like every video. If I just click on a random video, watch this. Okay, well, maybe I clicked on the one video that doesn't have it. Kind of embarrassing. Okay, wait, no, this video was posted like 3 hours ago, so that's why it doesn't have it. How about this one? Doctor gets busted. Let's take a look at the comments. Them doing their thing. The cameraman drinks invisibility potion. Told you, I wasn't making it up. All of the comments are about invisibility potions. Okay, well, let's see what this video is. Doctor gets busted. Is the doctor supposed to know there's a camera in this scene? Dude, look at the look in his eyes looking at this camera. This man thinks... No, he knows he's about to die. That's what's going on here. This is the only good acting I've seen so far, dude. Holy shit. This guy is absolutely petrified.
I came as soon as I heard.
Oh my gosh.
You okay?
Wow, I didn't know you were back.
For someone who's trying to, like, stay still and not make noise, he's moving around an awful lot. Oh, I gotta be quiet. I gotta be quiet. I gotta be quiet.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Just a blank. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, he's leaving the room. What's he gonna do? Why did he even hide in the first place? He's a doctor. He's supposed to be in the room. It's not weird for him to be in there. It's only weird if he hides. Because if he sees him down here, then he knows something's up. If he were to just go from being on the bed to standing next to the bed, there would be no issue. He'd just be like, yeah, well, I'm the doctor. So what? I'm tending to your wife. She got in a horrible accident. Someone was trying to unwrap her with scissors and they broke right through her skin. Okay, well, let's see what happens.
I don't want to be with you anymore. You have to go. I need you.
I can't do this. I just can't do this anymore.
He's proposing? Why is there rose petals? Did he toss those before he started proposing? Maybe to pull the ring box out. That's always kind of an awkward moment in the proposal. He like threw rose petals at her face. Yeah! And then while she was kind of like stunned and disoriented, he pulled out the ring box. Could be a trick he learned in the military. I don't know.
Give me that.
Hey, that's my ring.
Will you marry me?
What is going on?
Oh my god,
I can't do
These videos are kind of funny, I gotta be honest. I can't tell if they're funny in like the way that they intend to be or not. What am I supposed to feel when I watch these? I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just funny videos. I kind of like them. No, I don't really. They're too strange, I think. They're a little too strange for me. And way too long. You'd think a minute isn't that long, but somehow these videos make a minute seem like a full-length movie where the only thing that happens is a guy cuts wrapping paper off of a girl for 2 hours. All right, let's watch one more. What do you say? Well, a lot of these are like cheating and military related. She cheated in front of everyone. There's a guy in a military uniform. Military husband catches cheating wife. Is this target demographic like paranoid married military guys? This is what they watch overseas, guys. Our soldiers are just watching these videos being like, I fucking knew it. She turned rich and go in. It's a command. She turned rich and go in.
No, you need to go.
Please,
you need
sir,
to go.
Please.
No.
Okay, I can already tell you the next 45 seconds are about to be this girl changing into a fancy outfit. Can I play this on double speed just to prove my point, please? Thank you. Here she goes. And she's changed, and we'll go back to normal speed. Why'd you just stand there? Seems like it didn't work, dude. Seems like he's not even noticing you. What if that's how it ended? She's like holding the briefcase and he's still like, he just doesn't even look at her. She's like, hello? And he's just like, what? Go away.
I'm a platinum member of this bank. What is taking so long? I need to go inside. Can you not see I need to deposit this money?
That's kind of fucked up that banks will turn you away just for looking homeless. Makes you wonder what happened to the homeless vet after he got all that money. Maybe he wasn't even able to open a checking account. All right, well, you know what? I feel like that was some pretty strange content. Thank you for watching. Bye. What's up, Greg? Have you ever heard the story of the most dangerous film ever made? It's called Roar. Now, I've never seen this movie. Quite frankly, I have very little desire to, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably not good enough to justify the 72 hospital visits that ensued during the filming of this movie. Probably just like quite not there. Roar is a movie from the 1970s, but a couple days ago, I found this article written in 2015 about the making of the movie called 50 Shades of Grr, The Insane Story of Roar. This is a movie involving lions. That's why there's a picture of a lion right here. You might be curious why the 50 Shades of Grey reference. Like, they're implying a lot with this title, right? They're like, it's a movie about lions. Like, a lot of people got hurt. There's an insane story. And also some sort of like really kinky sex thing going on. Why did they make a pun off of 50 Shades of Grey in the title? Drafthouse Films and Olive Films are promoting the limited theatrical release of the 1981 adventure spectacle Roar with a memorably eye eye-catching tagline. Okay, here's the tagline. Are you ready? No animals were harmed in the making of this movie. 70 members of the cast and crew were. So right off the bat, filming this movie seems like it was like a horrifying experience, right? Like an overly dangerous, insane experience, life-changing for people. And I love that the article and the tagline for the re-release are both kind of like, this is kind of like a quirky story. Just so you know, before you go and see this, everybody fucking died when we were making this movie, okay? I just imagine like someone who used to be a production assistant on this movie going to the theater to watch like Minions, and they happen to stumble upon the poster for the re-release of this movie, and they're gazing upon this poster with a face littered with scars, like, oh no, that's hilarious. That's so funny, I forgot to laugh. Oh wait, no, actually, I'm not laughing because it hurts to laugh, ever since the accident. It's kind of like if Amazon started posting like quirky, relatable TikToks being like, hey guys, sorry if your new laptop comes filled with a bottle of piss. We do things a little bit differently around here. As the production of Roar involved lions, tigers, and other dangerous animals, it is unsurprising to learn that people were injured during the production. But 70 sounds like an exaggeration. In fact, one of the film stars, John Marshall, confirms the math is inaccurate. Actually, I think it was 72, he says. This article feels like a sitcom. No, don't be ridiculous. It wasn't 70. It was 72. Oh, fuck, it's loose again. No! Oh, God! Here's how you know the film was gonna be dangerous. Roar was the brainchild of John's father, an agent turned film producer named Noel Marshall, and his stepmother, Tippi Hedren. Notice no mention of any animal trainers. That's definitely a red flag. This film was the brainchild of two people who had no business making this movie. In 1969, the couple traveled to Zimbabwe, where Hedren was shooting the thriller Satan's Harvest. At one point, the pair visited a game preserve in Mozambique and saw an old building which a pride of lions had made its home. They came up with the idea for a film about a scientist living in harmony with big cats, his attempts to protect them from big hunters, and the hijinks which ensue when his family arrives at his lion-filled house when he's away. Yo, expert concept for a movie right there. They were in Mozambique, they saw a house with a bunch of lions in it, and they were like, what if there was a guy in there? No, really, I think this would be a genius movie idea. There's a bunch of lions over there, but what if one of the lions was just some guy? Oh, they're cheering for me. Thank you guys. It actually is a genius idea. Oh, no, fuck, not again, no! So with this expert concept, they decided, you know what, this is so good, we have to risk untold amounts of human life to make this happen. Marshall and Hedren decided the film would be set in Africa, but shot in California, and in 1971 started to raise lion cubs at their 3-bedroom house in Sherman Oaks. A lot of red flags there as well. Of course, having lions in your house, not good. The fact that it goes on to mention they were also raising children at the time, even worse. The fact that the article uses the term raising the lion cubs instead of like, I don't know, training the lion cubs is definitely not a good sign. Like, these are wild animals. You can't just raise them like a kid. So I guess they like started planning this movie way ahead of filming it. They bought like baby lions and then raised them up until they were adults. This is like that movie Boyhood, but instead of if the boy grew up to be a man, he grew up to be an apex predator hungry for human flesh. If in the third act of the movie, the boy just grows like a row of razor sharp teeth and a taste for human blood. The couple believed that raising both the big cats and their own offspring under the same roof would minimize the risk of cast members being attacked when shooting began on the film. This makes it sound like they were like, okay, we'll have plenty of time to make sure they're not attacking people by the time the film shoot starts happening, because they'll get it all out of their system when we're raising them with our children. By the time we get to the film shoot, they're gonna be so tired of attacking humans, dude, trust me. Marshall and Hedren cast themselves in the movie alongside 3 of their children, John's brother Jerry, and Hedren's daughter Melanie Griffith, the future star of Working Girl, and the future mother of 50 Shades of Grey actress Dakota Johnson. That's the 50 Shades of Grey tie-in? Wait. Okay, so this article is called 50 Shades of Grr because Dakota Johnson, who was in 50 Shades of Grey, her mom was in the movie. I feel like that couldn't have anything less to do with the movie. This whole story is insane enough on its own. You didn't need to like reach for some tie-in with a recognizable name. I'm just so confused how raising them in their home would minimize the literally attacks on set. They're acting like these are kids. Like, well, we gotta keep them off the streets, you know? We gotta make sure they have a good home life so they're not lashing out in school or at work. We gotta keep them in extracurricular activities, keep them off drugs, and they'll be fine. Their insatiable thirst for blood will be cured. They're lions. They could have been raised by Mary Poppins, and they would still kill her in her sleep. Also, I just really don't think that raising them in a house is properly gonna prepare them to not attack crew members. They're like, well, if we just raise them in a really peaceful home environment, that will perfectly equip them to deal with being on set of a movie. They're gonna be used to just like laying around at home with small children, so when we bring them on set, we've got fucking camera cranes, pyrotechnics, giant ass light stands, just like a ton of adults. They're gonna be cool with that. So raising them under the same roof would minimize the risk of cast members being attacked when shooting began on the film, which was to be Noel Marshall's first, and as it turned out last, movie as director. Huh, that's kind of weird. I can't imagine why that would be. If this sounds absolutely insane to you, it does, then John Marshall is not about to disagree. In hindsight, I know how stupid it was to do this film. I am amazed no one died. That quote kind of makes it sound like they think they got away with something, like, phew, that was close. No, dude, 70 people were sent to the hospital. That wasn't a close one, it was one. He's like, oh shoot, that could have been really bad. Meanwhile, there's like 70 bodies writhing in pain on the ground behind him. Yeah, someone could have gotten seriously hurt. Someone did. Also, can we just appreciate how crazy Hollywood used to be? These are just like two people that were like, we're gonna make a movie. We're gonna direct it, and we're gonna star in it, and our kids are gonna star in it, and fuck it, we'll raise lions in our house while we're doing it too. Is this still possible? Is this still something you could do? Just get a friend together and just make a movie about lions? How much money did this cost? Los Angeles in the 1970s was an infamously crazy place. It sounds like it, dude. But it wasn't crazy enough that people could keep a pride of lions in a residential neighborhood. It sounds like it was. After an animal control officer gave Marshall 24 hours to de-big cat his house, he bought property in Santa Clarita for the lions, and the jaw-dropping array of other wild animals with which he intended to populate his movie. Okay, here's a quote from their kid, John. I was about 15 when I said, why do we have tigers? Because tigers aren't in Africa, where the movie takes place. I was the voice of reason. I would say, why do we have mountain lions? Those are from North America. Everyone would go, that's a stupid question. Okay, I love that the only person asking any questions is their child who's 15. But even still though, I feel like he's not really seeing the big picture. Like, he's got the right start. He's asking questions, but his questions are like, wait a minute, this isn't scientifically accurate. Why do we have tigers when the movie takes place in Africa? When he should be asking, wait, why am I a child living in a house with a bunch of wild cats? Why am I growing up in a literal pride of lions? But Marshall discovered there were side benefits to keeping big cats, particularly when it came to meeting members of the opposite sex. Okay, I like where this is going. I had this tiger that I absolutely loved called Nicky. I would take him down to the local luncheon bar place, and girls would go, oh my god! Oh fuck, what the hell? The fuck is wrong with you? Get that out of here. No, they would say, oh my god, can I play with your tiger? And I'd say, well, not right now, but if you give me your phone number. Okay, holy shit, dude, LA really did used to be a crazy place. They weren't kidding. I feel like they undersold it. They were like, LA's crazy, but not raise lions in your house crazy. Take a tiger to lunch crazy though? It kinda was. Yeah. They're like, look, you can be friends with tigers, you just can't live with them. That's where we draw the line. You can bring them out and about, but when you're done with them, do not bring them back in your house. You just gotta let that fool roam the streets, baby. Principal photography on Roar started on October 1st, 1976 at Santa Clarita. By this point, the animal cast numbered 132 lions, tigers, leopards, cougars, and jaguars, as well as a 10,000-pound bull elephant named Timbo. I kind of feel like it's not for the movie anymore. I feel like these people just have a problem. These people are hoarders, but instead of not throwing away like their Chipotle wrappers, they're not relinquishing their monkeys and lions. I feel like this is turning into a villain origin story. The city told him he can't have that many animals one time, and he was like, fuck it, you know what? Fine. I won't have 5 lions anymore. I'll have 130 wild animals on a compound. I swear to God, if the city tries to crack down on him one more time, he's gonna like lead his animal army to town hall and take the mayor hostage. The shoot was scheduled to last 6 months, but stretched to 3 years thanks partly to periodic shutdowns as Noel Marshall hustled to finance a budget which ultimately ballooned to $17 million. Okay, that would be $88 million today. Where did they get all of this money? That's what I want to know. It said that one of them was like an agent and the other one was an actor. Why have I never heard of either of them? At other times, shooting was halted so that the film's actors could recover from the multitude of injuries they received at the hands, well, paws of their animal counterparts. Dude, fuck off. People were hurt, man. This is no time for jokes. And I understand that it's been like 50 years, and I also understand that I'm making jokes about it too. But that's enough, all right? We've had our fun. And you know what? I guess this article has had its fun because it then immediately starts going into graphic detail about the injuries that happened on this movie. In Hedren's 1985 book about the making of the film, The Cats of Shambhala, the actress recalls that she hoped the movie would show the possibilities of human big cat relationships. In fact, the movie's production revealed the dangers inherent in those relationships. Hedren herself developed gangrene after Timbo crushed her leg between his trunk and tusk. Griffith was clawed in the face. John Marshall was sent to the hospital following an incident in which a lion decided to treat his head like a chew toy. This was a child, right? Isn't John Marshall the one that was 15? This is so crazy. It's honestly for the best that CGI was invented so that stuff like this doesn't happen anymore. Can you imagine if they had to film the Avengers without CGI and they had to get a real Thanos? That guy would have been up to no good the entire time. You've heard how much of a nightmare Jared Leto is on set? Wait until you get a real life Thanos on set. The kind of on-set pranks a Thanos would pull. 70 hospital visits, how about 4 billion? How about half the earth? Most dramatically, the film's director of photography, Jean Debon, there's absolutely no way I pronounced that correctly. Jan Debon needed 120 stitches after being essentially scalped by a lioness. I got him on the way to the hospital and I went into the office and said, okay, we need to get a DP, says John, because I figured that DP was not coming back. I can't get over how like jovial they all sound. It literally sounds like a sitcom. Even every like first-hand account is like, you're gonna wanna see this. Well, I guess we're gonna need a new DP after that one. Lions, personally, I'm not a big fan. I just don't get what the big deal is. Uh-oh, there's one right behind me, isn't there? The stress of making the film terminally damaged the relationship between Hedra and Noel Marshall. The couple would divorce in 1982. No! Not Tippi Hedren and Noel Marshall! Another power couple bites the dust. Their power was destruction. Their power was immense destruction. I was rooting for them. Guess true love really doesn't exist. Stressful is kind, says John. We had floods, we had fires, every one of us wound up in the hospital. There were times when we would get together as a family and we would just go, I think we should give this up. You should have. But we never gave up. You should have. You know, some of these things don't even have to do with animals. Floods and fires? There were floods, disease, famine, flying swarms of locusts. My marriage with my wife fell apart, and you might think, Danny, that doesn't have anything to do with animals. Well, that's what I thought too, but come to find out it was 2 lemurs in a trench coat. It has to do with dealing with lions and tigers. You can't show fear. If you show fear, you're dead. And apparently if you don't show fear, you'll still end up in the hospital. Also, what is he saying? He's saying that they didn't give up filming the movie because they didn't want to show fear around the lions and tigers. They don't know you're filming a movie. I know that animals can sometimes sense fear, but they have no concept that they're in a movie or that you've quit filming the movie. One person apparently hoping that the film doesn't secure a new audience is Tippi Hedren. Through the decades, the actress has continued to look after big cats at the compound in Santa Clarita, now named Shambhala. But according to John Marshall, the bird star has changed her mind about the wisdom of promoting the idea that humans can live with lions and tigers. Well, at least they changed their mind. It would be pretty insane if they filmed that whole movie and 70 people went to the hospital and they were like, yeah, this is what we want. This is what we mean when we say humans and animals can live together. This is the future that we want. Okay, I gotta look this movie up on IMDb. I'm curious to see what critics thought of it. Like, did it actually turn out well? Oh, damn, it's got a 6.1 out of 10 stars. That's pretty good, all things considered, you know? Half the cast and crew were working while injured, so this is actually, like, you know, pretty impressive. Okay, looking through the photos from the film, I can definitely start to get an idea of why the animals may have been put in a position where they felt they needed to attack. This seems like someone actually being attacked by an elephant. That's pretty wild. Dude, half these pictures are just people getting bit by lions. Is that what the movie's about also? You know, it seems like the movie, at least from the description, is just kind of like a happy, feel-good family movie. So I'm assuming nobody gets like seriously injured or dies in the movie, which is pretty crazy to think about. What other movies do you know about that were more dangerous in real life than they were in the movie? Like, imagine if the movie 1917 was more dangerous in real life. Yeah, the movie was about World War I, but they actually accidentally started World War III while making it, and a lot of life was lost. Okay, there's also a picture of a guy just like falling off of a motorcycle in midair. I feel like what's getting lost in this is that even without the lions, this was still a very dangerous film set. They were talking about fires and floods. This dude is just let go of a motorcycle in midair. What is going on? All right, I think it's time we watch some actual footage from the movie. I'm so confused as to what the vibe of this scene is supposed to be. I feel like the music could not fit it less. The music's just like, it's a peaceful life living out here in Mozambique. We are one with the animals. And the two kids in this are like, oh, fuck, get off me! It's also hard to tell what's acting and what isn't in this scene. The lion really is just biting this kid. One of the craziest things about this scene is that it's shot from multiple angles. Can you imagine getting attacked by a lioness and then the director's like, all right, let's do it again. Run that shit back, dude. Dude, when we add the music in this scene, it's gonna be peaceful as hell. You're standing there, there's like blood dripping down your face. Okay, this appears to be a trailer for the movie.
While the road was long, the spirit helped us through.
Okay, it kind of seems like they went into this movie being like, okay, what scenes can we put in this movie where the lions will be most provoked to attack the humans on set? They're like, kid laying on the ground, and we just put the lioness on top of her? Perfect. Man riding a motorcycle? Perfect. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a scene where a man's running around in a zebra costume with a tail of sausage links. One thing I do really like about this trailer, though, is that it just keeps saying the name of the movie over and over. I'm seeing a movie! Is this the whole movie? It's just people getting attacked by animals? I feel like every scene I've seen from this movie, everyone's just like, oh, there's too many lions here. That's like the whole premise of the movie. There's too many animals.
The trainers for these Hollywood acting animals heard that we were going to have maybe 25 or 30 big cats working together. They laughed at us and said, this can't be done.
They were right, though. Weren't they? They were right. You should listen to them when they say that next time.
And they suggested that we acquire our own animals to do this, introduce them carefully, and the first one was a rescue.
Where do you rescue a tiger from? They're not just like wandering around the streets looking for a home. Yeah, we actually rescued this tiger from his natural habitat, and we're raising him in a major metropolitan city. We let him hunt outside for humans. All right, guys, well, that is the story of the most dangerous movie of all time, Roar. And now it's time to talk about our sponsor. This video has been sponsored by ExpressVPN. Guys, using the internet without ExpressVPN is kind of like getting cast to star in a movie, but that movie is Roar. It's dangerous. That's because every time you connect to an unencrypted Wi-Fi network at an airport, a hotel, a coffee shop, what have you, you're at risk because any hacker that's connected to the same unencrypted Wi-Fi network as you can steal your data. I'm talking passwords, financial details, emails, what have you. But ExpressVPN encrypts your data with best-in-class encryption. It would literally take a hacker with a supercomputer billions of years to crack. And no offense, but I don't think you're gonna live that long, so you should be safe. You can also use ExpressVPN to unblock content that's not available in your area. For example, the movie Back to the Future isn't available on Netflix in the US, but it is available on Netflix in Australia. So if you connect to ExpressVPN's Australia server, you can watch it. I use ExpressVPN every day. I've got it on my computer that is right in front of me right here. I've got it on my phone. I've got it on pretty much every device that can have ExpressVPN because I want that little extra peace of mind while I'm doing my things. ExpressVPN has the fastest speeds, 24/7 customer support. It's easy to use. You can start it up with just one click. So if you want to find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free, then head on over to expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey guys, before this video starts, I just wanted to let y'all know that I've got some new merch.
You're a ooey gooey, yummy, yummy, tasty little snack. I'ma hit it from the back.
This, of course, is another episode of Dan the Mermaid Man.
Yummy, yummy, tasty little treat. Put this record on repeat. Listen while you sleep, baby.
These don't look like hair.
You're a princess, ooh, you look delicious. Make me want a chef's kiss. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yummy. Body like a dead fish, face like scrambled eggs, bitch. That's a balanced breakfast. Yeah, you're a ooey gooey, yummy, yummy, tasty little snack. I'ma hit it from the back, hit it from the back, babe. You're a chewy, chunky.
What's up, Greg? I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to my channel. This, of course, is another episode of Paparazzi. Or should I say, Daddy-razzi. Because, like, Papa Papa like daddy. I've recently stumbled upon a new type of content that I didn't know existed. It's YouTube paparazzi. I've seen channels like TMZ where they go up to famous people on the streets and ask them questions. They're always taking pictures from like miles away at these celebrities. And we are finally at the point where YouTubers and TikTok stars are getting much of the same treatment. There's this YouTube channel called The Hollywood Fix that does do like a lot of mainstream celebrity stuff too, but they also specialize in influencer paparazzi moments. And I don't know why, but like the concept of paparazzi has never really bothered me that much before, but maybe it's because I see myself in other like online creators more than I do mainstream celebrities. But this whole paparazzi thing is pretty weird. I don't really like it. I'm gonna take a stance on it right now. I think it's pretty creepy. Or at least this channel is. I'm not gonna make a blanket statement about every single paparazzi, even though I kind of suspect that they're all a little creepy, but this one especially definitely makes me uncomfortable. Let's check it out. Let's complain. So one of the first videos of theirs that I stumbled across that had influencers in it was a video of Charli D'Amelio and Lil Huddy. They're TikTok stars. Both children, or at least at the time. I think Lil Huddy is 18 now. He was 17 at the time. Charli D'Amelio was 15 at the time of filming this. And they've just gotten off a plane. I guess they're walking through the airport. And this dude from The Hollywood Fix, it's like the same guy in every video, comes up to him, cameras ablazing, to ask him some hard-hitting questions.
Hey, what's up, Charlie? How's it going?
Oh my God. Hey, what's... You can tell right away that they're like really happy to see him. They've just gotten off like what was probably a 5-hour flight. I think they said they were coming back from Hawaii to LA, which I'm pretty sure is like 5 hours. And they're immediately greeted by the Hollywood Fix, who's here to ask them the most uncomfortable series of questions.
Hey, what's up, Chase?
How's it going?
Is this like the hottest new couple?
Ah, I see we've immediately jumped to the creepiest line of questioning possible for this grown-ass man to ask these two children. Are you guys dating? You can tell me. You can trust me with your childhood love life. Does he not realize how weird this is? I feel like it's universally accepted that this would be a weird thing to do to two children. Like, imagine an adult doing this to anyone except Charli D'Amelio. Hey, so is this like the hottest new couple or what? What? Come on, are you guys an item or not? We want to know. Who's we? Also, we're 9. Me and all my friends, all my coworkers at my job, my adult job. Come on, we want to know. Fess up. Why do you have a camera? This is technically legal. That didn't answer my question.
But it's official now. You guys are a couple.
Not officially gay. It's a thing at the moment.
It's yeah. I mean, well, let me ask you this. What about you, Ivani? Are you working on any new projects right now?
Okay, I get it. Well, then let me ask you this as a rebuttal. Are you working on any new projects? Let me ask you if you're working on any new projects.
How was the flight?
Flight was long.
It's long. I bet, I know.
I bet, I know. Actually, I don't know if you could tell, I was on the same flight as you guys. I was actually right behind you the whole time. I was the guy with the camera. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, we know. This video is a little bit of a nightmare scenario because this dude from the Hollywood Fix is following them around the airport while they're trying to find where their baggage ended up, like which baggage claim carousel their bags are at. So they're walking around, and I think the dude from the Hollywood Fix looked up their flight to find out which baggage claim they were at, so he keeps telling them, hey, I think you guys are at baggage claim 3.
You guys are, I think it's number 3, like over there actually.
But they're like trying to ignore him and move past him and also find their bags so they're not listening to him. But I think he is right, and their bags really are at baggage claim 3. So this video is like 7 minutes of them walking around trying to find their luggage, but like not listening to him.
Cause like also too, James Charles said that he wanted to collab with you.
Can she even hear him at this point? He's like in the back of the group and not talking very loud. I think James Charles said he wanted to collab with you. Anything to say to that? You can't hear me? That's okay. I really just wanted to film you walking around anyway. I don't give a shit what you had to say.
I think you guys might be at the number 3. It might be the opposite way.
We can find him, man.
Oh my God, this is a disaster. Look guys, I think you just ought to listen to him. I think he knows where your bags are. I think he knows way too much about you, but you could at least use it to your advantage just this once.
It seems like everybody's talking about the Hype House now instead of like Team 10.
I didn't know Team 10, so I wouldn't really know.
Oh wow, you never even heard of them?
We were too young.
You're too young to have heard about Team 10? That was like 3 years ago, right? You know, that's actually a pretty good response. We're too young. Yeah, we're actually, I don't know if you could tell, but we're literal children. The people that you're stalking through the airport and asking really personal questions to are children. seem weird to you at all? Is that like a weird thing for a grown man to do for his career?
6 figures, we weren't even born.
So that video was in January, and then just yesterday they posted another video called Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio make TikToks, pose for paparazzi, and get approached by a homeless guy, where the Hollywood Fix guy appears to be just standing across the street from Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio, filming them making TikToks and not saying anything to them. He's just kind of filming them living their lives from a distance. I don't even know if they know he's there, to be honest, which is concerning, to say the least. It's not just TikTok stars that Hollywood Fix needs their fix of, though. They also have a video called The Ace Family Stays Held Up in Their Multi-million-dollar Mansion During Self-Quarantine Period. So you may be wondering, oh, is this like an interview with the Ace family about how their quarantine's been going? Did they actually get like a home tour of the Ace family's house? But this video actually doesn't have the Ace family in it. Instead, it's a video from what looks like miles away, where this paparazzi dude is just zooming in on their mansion. Like, he's zooming in on their cars, he's zooming in on their balconies and like into their windows. So wow, what a creepy thing to do. Now, I'm definitely not a big fan of the Ace family. In fact, I would go so far as to say I'm the opposite of a fan. I'm an anti-fan. I'm anti-fan Dan. But oh my god and holy shit, if I ever saw a video like this about my house, I would move to the North Pole forever. Only person spying on me then would be old Saint Nick. That's right, old Santa Claus himself. And honestly, he already sees me when I'm sleeping and knows when I'm awake, and he knows when I've been bad or good, so I'll be good for goodness sake. So honestly, if he wants to peer through my windows on top of that, I mean, what the hell? I'll allow it. Maybe I need to brush up on the law, but this seems like borderline illegal, right? To just like film into people's windows. Is that illegal? Or because it's like in plain sight, is that allowed? Okay, here's an article called, Is it illegal to look through someone's windows with binoculars? Oh, most of the time you can look through windows with your binoculars. You can use a telescope too if you have one. I like that this article is not only telling you it's like legal to do something really creepy, but they're also suggesting ways to be even creepier. It's like, you know, you might not have thought of this, but you'll actually get a much better view with a telescope. They can zoom in a lot farther, they can be a lot more stable, so you might want to try one of those out. If you had X-ray specs or your binoculars have thermography/heat vision to look through curtains, then you might be in hot water. You can also get in trouble for stalking and other related activities. Okay, so I guess if it's just like a once-off telescope through the window into someone's bathroom, filming them take a shit, it's okay. As long as you don't do it like more than 3 times, then it could be considered stalking. That's what I'm getting. Okay, well, I guess it is legal. Doesn't make it any less creepy though. Okay, so those videos are weird in their own way because they're so creepy. But then I stumbled upon this other type of video that they do, which seem kind of the same because they're interviewing YouTube celebrities in public. But the difference is I'm pretty sure that these ones are like scripted, totally fake, and I kind of suspect that like the YouTubers in them are paying Hollywood Fix to make videos about them. This one actually features our old friend Steven Scherer. If you guys have seen my video about the Pond Monster family, you'll remember Steven. It's a different day now. I was halfway into recording this video when my microphone died. I did not realize it until I finished filming the video, so I will now do this part of the video again. Anyway, let's watch this video. So the interview starts off standard enough. Steven Scherer and his friend roll up on a miniature dirt bike and an electric scooter, which is, I guess, standard for the Scherer family. I mean, what else do you expect? It is weird though, because it looks like they're coming from like the middle of the street or the other side of the street. It doesn't look like they came from either direction that the street goes. They're like crossing the street. So I don't know where they came from, or how the paparazzi knew they were there for that matter, but he catches up to him and starts asking him some pretty normal questions.
What in the world is this thing?
You like it?
This is crazy. What have you been up to lately?
So pretty standard questions, but then the questions start to get a little bit more suspiciously targeted. See if you can tell what I mean.
I'm recording 2 songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what are they about? What are they? Man, where do you get these ideas for these songs? Man, all of your songs have like 20-something million views. Like your videos are always so big. What are you doing right now as far as merch right now? Because I know you're always like dropping new merch.
Your videos are so good and they always get so many views. How do you do it? Do you have any new merch right now that people can go buy? These are questions that the paparazzi needs to know.
You found like a secret tunnel way in your house or like a secret passage?
Yeah, you're good. You've been watching the vlog.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's asking like specific questions about Steven Scherer's videos. Does this paparazzi guy watch Steven Scherer's videos? Call me crazy, but I kinda doubt it. He's got so many specific questions about his videos. It's really like he watches all of them. And I also love how he's pretending to think that everything Steven Scherer is saying is like real. Like he's saying that he found an abandoned tunnel in his house that leads to an old escape room. And the paparazzi dude's like, wow, really? That's so cool, damn, that's crazy. I guess you never know when you're gonna move into a house and there's gonna be a tunnel you had no idea about and isn't visible from the outside of the house, and then you find an old escape room that also isn't visible from the outside of the house. Life's crazy, man. Houses are weird.
That is crazy. And so what's going on with your neighbor? Like something like Ellen?
Yeah, Ellen, she's crazy. I don't know about her.
Is she giving you guys like trouble or problems or?
She's a little nosy little neighbor, so.
She's, yeah, I guess you could say she's kind of a little nosy little neighbor. I guess that's how I would describe her, little nosy little neighbor. How does he know so many details about Steven Scherer's videos? It's insane. So you found a secret tunnel in your house? Yeah. And you went all the way through and found treasure? Yeah. And you spent it all on bubblegum? Yeah. But then you got grounded? Yeah. Awesome. Yep, and that was pretty much the whole video. Actually, and then your mom got in an accident, right? Huh? Your mom, she's in the hospital? She's in pretty serious condition, right? Yeah, but we didn't put that in any videos. That's actually pretty private. How did you find out about that? I heard police suspect foul play. Like this was planned, maybe? Wait, who told you that? They haven't told me anything about that. Yeah, actually, if you take a look at this footage, it looks like the person driving deliberately hit her. Do you think that's true?
Come on, yes, got her.
Wait, is that you?
Stupid ass.
Are you driving? You monster, you're sick. I've always got to be the first one on the scene. You're a sick man. I've always got to get the scoop. You're sick in the head. I've always got to get my Hollywood fix. So that one to me seems pretty staged. Like all of the questions were basically geared towards promoting Steven Scherer. Instead of continuing to walk like every other celebrity does when the paparazzi intercept him, he just stands there and talks to him for like 7 minutes. But if you don't think that one's fake, that's fine, because I've got a much more convincing one coming up next. This one features our favorite internet personas, Candy Ken and Baby J. It's called Candy Ken and Baby J's Tesla is vandalized and spray painted by a deranged fan in Beverly Hills. A pretty crazy moment for the paparazzi to just happen to catch. Let's see what happens. So the paparazzi dude goes up to Candy Ken and Baby J. He starts trying to ask him questions, but the security guard's like, not today, not today.
Not today, guys, not today.
Not today. He's really helping. Then this dude who's like a fan, I guess, comes up. His name is Dakota, and he says that he knows Candy Ken and Baby J, but they deny knowing him, so he gets all mad.
How you been?
Yo!
What do you mean, yo? What do you mean, yo? After everything we've been through? Yo? What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. So they're arguing with each other because Candy Ken says that they don't know him, but he says that they do. So eventually Candy Ken and Baby J start to walk away. But then Dakota's like, no. I'll walk away.
Baby. You know, no. You can. I'll leave. I don't need this.
Okay. Man, this is crazy. Which I can't tell if it's like a really weirdly polite thing to do in an argument or like a power move. He's like, whoa, hold up. I'm not about to let you guys walk away all scared like you're in the right. I'm gonna walk away because I'm scared. Off I go. But then he starts spray painting their Tesla and the security guard runs over and tries to stop him by yelling, stop!
Stop! Oh my God! Stop!
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God!
Stop! 10 out of 10 security guard, really knows how to do his job. Definitely not an actor. And then at the end of the video, Candy Ken, Baby J, and the security guard get in their car and drive away. But for some reason, Baby J and the security guard both get in the back seat. So there's no one in the front seat. So Candy Ken is just kind of like chauffeuring them around. I mean, I guess Baby J is technically a baby, so she can't sit in the front seat. But you would think the security guard would be able to. I think the thing that surprises me the most about all of these paparazzi videos is that like they never really seem that surprised that the paparazzi comes up to them and starts asking them questions. Like they don't question how they knew they were there. I feel like if I was in this situation, I would be so uncomfortable, so like taken off guard and just looking for like any way to get out of the situation. Which is why these seem like totally made up to me. There's a video that exemplifies, I think, how I would react pretty accurately, where the Hollywood fix goes up to Lil Dicky as he's leaving a restaurant, and he seems so uncomfortable.
like you got a Garibaldi going, but the CDC just put out an alert on facial hair that you shouldn't have in case you get coronavirus.
They're like asking him questions and he's just like, how did you guys find me? How did you know I was here?
Were you just walking down the street and you happened to see me, or did you actually know that I was here?
The entire time he's like looking around for his Uber, like getting on the phone with them, trying to figure out where they are so they can pick him up and get him out of this nightmare.
Where are you?
Well, gang, I think that's enough Daddy Rotzi for today, which means now it's time to talk about our sponsor, ExpressVPN. I came to the realization the other day that I'm always using the internet. I am never not on the internet. I'm always on it, usually Twitter. And while I'm on the internet, I don't like the idea of people snooping on my data. Whether it be advertisers trying to see what websites you're going to so they can target you with ads, or your internet service provider snooping on your precious data. I prefer to keep my data squeaky clean, which is why I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN has server locations in a bunch of different countries, so you can actually set your location to different countries and unblock content that would otherwise be unavailable in your region. It's pretty epic, honestly, and I don't say that a lot. I use ExpressVPN all the time. I have it on my computer, I have it on my phone, just in case I'm doing work out and about. It's just really great to have that extra peace of mind. And if you're wondering why I pick ExpressVPN as opposed to all the other VPNs that you see advertised, well, ExpressVPN is hands down the best VPN out there. They've got the fastest speeds, they've got 24/7 customer support, but on top of all those things, they've been rated the #1 VPN by a bunch of different outlets. TechRadar, CNET, The Verge, which in my book is pretty impressive. If you want to keep your data safe, stay anonymous on the internet, and keep all of your precious information protected, then find out how you can get 3 months for free by visiting expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. When you guys check out my sponsors, it helps me secure more sponsors in the future, so thank you for checking out ExpressVPN. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. We're the fastest growing army on the internet. Please don't look that up. Also, sorry about the mess in the background. I came into this room a couple days ago, and everything was just ripped off the walls. I don't know how that happened. Pretty suspicious if you ask me. Anyways, bye.
This video is over now. Over now. Go find something else to watch, or just watch this video. I know we had a lot of fun, but you can't stay on this end screen forever. No. This video is over now, so why are you still watching this?
Hello everyone, welcome to my second channel. If you are subscribed to this channel, welcome back to the second channel, and if you're new here, congrats! You found my second channel. So one of my big goals for this year is to post on this channel more. Oftentimes when I'm making videos for my main channel, I run out of ideas and then it'll be like 2 or 3 weeks until I think of another idea. So I'd like to start posting more regularly on here, so even when I'm not working on a main channel video, I still feel like I'm getting something done. In the in-between times where I don't have ideas for my main channel, I'm kind of just like sitting around hoping that one comes about. So a few days ago, I actually decorated my filming room like I said I've been putting off forever, and I made a whole video about it. It was a lot like the one that I made for the old room that I film in. It was just a video of me picking out decorations, putting them up on the wall. It was really fun, and then I accidentally deleted the footage for the entire video. I messed up big time. And it sucks because that's not really a video I can redo, because I drilled things into my wall, I bought things at the store. I can't just put everything back and pretend like I didn't already make it. It was not a good start to my New Year's resolution of posting on this channel more. So I figured, you know what? It doesn't have to be all that. You know, this channel, I mostly want to just be kind of like unstructured videos I don't really have to plan. You know, just fun little stuff that I can get on here and do when I'm not feeling like posting a big video on my main channel. So I tweeted, all right, since I deleted a whole ass video, I still want to make something for my second channel, so I think I'm just gonna do a nice sweet little Q&A, respond with some Qs, or use the hashtag dancers. So this tweet currently has 1,021 replies, and I'm getting more every second. So for this video, I'm going to be responding to all of them, every single one. Just kidding, I'm only gonna respond to the good ones. A lot of them aren't good. A lot of your questions aren't very good, so I'm just gonna respond to the good ones. The ones that I wanna answer, the ones that make me look cool. Best memory with your clone, Drew? I don't know what my best memory with Drew is, but I do, one funny story came to mind. One morning when Drew was staying with us while we were rehearsing for the tour, I showered and I went to put on my contacts, and when I went to pick up my contacts case, it was open and my contacts were gone. And so I went downstairs and Drew was down there, and I was like, hey, did you take my contacts? And he was like, oh, those were yours? Apparently we had the exact same contact case, and so he took my contacts out and put them on and was like, these aren't working because we have different prescriptions, and then he threw them away. He threw away my contacts because he thought they were his. Which, on the surface, might make it sound like we are the same person because we have the same contacts case, but we actually had a different prescription, which is why he threw them away. Wow, we had some really creative questions in here. Why? God? Poo? Why? You guys are really bringing your A game to this. This is awesome. This one says, scroll through your gallery with your eyes closed, stop on a random photo and explain it. Okay. All right, I got my photos up. I'm gonna scroll through with my eyes closed and stop, and we'll see what it is. What is it? It's a video. I actually don't remember taking this, but I'm zooming through a door, and there's just box upon box of White Claw, the hard seltzer drink for adults, for grown-ups. Oh, Laura and I went to a concert with Curtis and Jenna, and I guess I saw this when I was there. I do not remember this at all. Probably a little bit too much White Claw. What's the worst thing about Twitter? Just all of it. Why did you move rooms? The little nutcracker isn't happy now. Oh, I've seen this question a lot, especially in the last video where I asked people what I should put up as decoration. I got a lot of comments that were like, why did he move rooms? Am I missing something? Did he ever explain that? Did he move? What happened? Actually, no, I didn't move. The reason I switched rooms is because I actually just found that room in my house. I didn't know that I had it, but I was cleaning one day and I just found an extra room. And it's a lot bigger and nicer, so I just started filming in there. So, yep, didn't move. I still live in the same house, same exact house. I also found this room. I found a whole bunch of new rooms, actually. So every room that you see in my videos from now on probably won't be rooms that you've seen before, but that's just because I just found them all. They were in the bathroom. I just need to know if you have a dark side. I've been wondering ever since I found out you were a Gemini. Yeah, I have a dark side. I smoke meth. What's your favorite song that you've made? My favorite song that I have made is either I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus or Help Let Me Go. Maybe Yummy, but I think it's too early to tell. But I think I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus and Help Let Me Go are like the best sounding. They're the most like catchy and fun to listen to. Because I feel like music that's meant to be funny has to be like catchy or like very fun to listen to. Otherwise it's just like a bunch of jokes strung together to music. And if it's like boring music, then that just makes it even worse. New EP soon? I assume you're referring to an EP like of music and not EP short for episode. If you're referring to an episode, there's a new episode of this video coming very soon. No, I haven't really been working on like a longer project of music. I sort of want to just take it one song at a time for now. I feel like I'm sort of just in a phase right now where I'm trying to figure out like how I want my music to sound. So I'm not really ready to put together like an entire thing. I like releasing just like single songs at a time because I feel like I can put more focus into just that song. Are you planning to tour again in 2020? Maybe. We don't have any concrete plans to. I definitely want to do more live stuff. It's just like, the big thing is that it just takes up so much time. For the tour that we did last year, the We Are Two Different People tour, I was gone for like a month and a half. But there's already that huge chunk of time where I'm not really able to make videos as frequently. Then also for like 3 weeks before that, Drew and I were rehearsing. And then there was like an entire year before that we were flying back and forth and writing it. So I feel like for almost all of last year, I was not really focusing on YouTube as much as I could have been, and I was just focused on the tour. So I want to do more live stuff. I really enjoyed doing the tour. Honestly, it was one of the best experiences of my life, but I want to try to focus on YouTube as much as possible this year, and also just get better at doing live stuff on a smaller scale before I like take it on a huge tour again. I want to try doing more like stand-up stuff, try writing more stuff like what Drew and I did, and just try to get better at it before going on another tour again. Because I feel like I should be improving every time and not just putting on the same show over and over. So that takes time. What are your favorite types of videos to make? That's a good question. I really like making the commentary videos, but I especially like making them when it's more of me trying something that I'm doing commentary on. I first started dabbling in that when I did the Trying Troom Trooms videos, but I've done a couple of other videos like that since. Like one where I tried making my own bedads. I really enjoyed that. And that's something that I definitely want to do more of, because I feel like it's a little bit more fun than just me sitting at a desk talking about something. So that's the most fun thing to me, because I feel like it actually has like a story and an arc, and I'm like, can I do this? And then I'm doing it, and then I figure out if I did it. And I have a ton of ideas for videos like that planned, but they all take a lot of time. You got beef with any YouTubers? Yeah. Ryan's Toy Reviews. I I'm coming for you, dude. You better watch out. just beefing with a literal child. I heard what you said about me, dude. I'm coming for you. Ryan's toy review diss track coming soon, baby. How tall are you compared to Lara? I'm 8'5" and Laura is 2 feet tall. How does it feel knowing that you talk to a camera whilst decorating an entire room, but nobody will ever see what you said or did? Damn. That's a low blow. Honestly, it is upsetting, because I thought that was a good video. I actually thought it was pretty entertaining. I even had Laura come in at the end and give her reaction to the room and say what she thought of it. I also talked a bit to the camera about like what's going on with me and my life, and now all that's gone too. The one thing I am happy about is that I fucked up my wall while I was drilling holes to put the shelf on, and I hid them behind 2 pictures, and so now no one will ever know that that happened. No matter how I edited the video, you would definitely be able to tell that I did that, so I'm glad that no one will ever see that. Even though now you all know that I did that, you'll never see it. Not a question, but can you answer these in the update corner? That actually is a question, and the answer is no. Fuck that. I hate that place. Did you ever expect to get where you are now when you first started Vine? Definitely not when I first started Vine, no. Some of you probably know this, but before I did Vine, I had YouTube channels in the past. Like, I've been making YouTube videos since I was in middle school, and then when I went to college, I sort of moved away from all of my friends that I made YouTube videos with. So I started making Vines, because they were like videos I could make by myself. I was like, okay, this fills the void in my heart that having friends filled. But no, I definitely never thought that I would have like millions of followers. And even after Vine ended, I was like, okay, I'm probably done now. And there was like a while where I thought that, and I was like posting on YouTube and nothing was working. And so I like went back to thinking, okay, that's probably done and not gonna happen. I'm still surprised that I have as many followers as I do, and it doesn't seem real. And it's probably not. And it's probably all fake. What is your daily routine? I usually wake up. Which video of yours took the longest / most effort? Probably the one where I made the bedads and I advertised them all over YouTube. That one took a few weeks, I think. But I'm working on one right now that has taken longer than that, so I'm gonna say that one. And actually, I'm not sure if I'm even gonna post it because I haven't edited it yet, and I kinda have a feeling that it's not gonna turn out very good, but we'll see. And if it does turn out good, then I'll post it, and then you'll see it. Do you miss tour? I do. I miss a lot of parts of the tour. I miss hanging out with Drew and Curtis every day. That was one of the most fun parts of tour. It's just that I was like constantly hanging out with my friends. It was also fun making friends with people on the crew. They were all great. I miss performing. I don't miss getting really nervous before every show and not being able to eat. That being said, the entire time I was on tour, I missed my normal life a lot too. I missed my wife. I missed my dog. I missed my house. I missed sleeping in a normal bed. Someone asked, do you think Justin Bieber's song is about pedophilia? Sorry for kicking the tripod. I could just re-say the question, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna keep the part where I kick the tripod in. No, I don't. So, for those of you who have not heard this theory, you're probably very confused. There's this theory that I've seen a few people talking about. I think most of them got it from an article or just heard it from other people, that Justin Bieber's song, Yummy, and music video have a secret meaning, and it's actually about pedophiles in the music industry. From the article that I read about it, it's mostly just talking about the music video and the promotion. It's not even talking about the song at all. The song is definitely just about his wife and his wife's private parts. The theory is basically like, well, there's pizza in the music video and the lyric video, so that's probably a reference to Pizzagate, which is a pedophile scandal conspiracy type thing. And then Justin Bieber posted pictures of babies on his Instagram with #Yummy, and then there's kids in the music video for Yummy. I think that the whole thing is a very big stretch. Everyone that I've seen commenting about it are like, well, the song is actually calling out pedophiles. And if it is, then they did such a bad job of doing that. The only way you could possibly know it was about pedophilia is if you read an article about it, is if you happen to stumble upon this theory. Like, there's no way that you would just know by watching the music video. It's just like a regular generic music video for a song. And it's also not calling out anyone. There's no specific targeting. There's just like a pizza and some rich people and some children. I think it's mostly just like diehard Justin Bieber fans reaching for any possible other meaning aside from the super bland meaning that the song does have, because they can't believe that Justin Bieber would make such a bad song, apparently. If it really is like some secret meaning about like sex trafficking in the music industry, I also think that Justin should have just made a song about that, because that sounds super fucked up, and just like hiding subliminal messages in a song isn't gonna do anything. Just make a song about it then. That would be received so much better than the song that you actually made. And sure, maybe it would ruin his career if, you know, the people involved are like at the top of the music industry and they can make it so he can never release a song again or he gets dropped from his label or something. But if you have information on pedophiles and you have $300 million, and the only reason you don't expose the pedophiles is because you're worried about not making any more money, then fuck you. Tough question, Drew or Curtis? That's actually a not tough question. My answer is Gooby. All right, guys, well, I've been sitting here for an hour, and that's too long. So I'm done with this now. Bye.